All right, let's go ahead and begin doing the paints. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Easter, the day I totally forgot today was. Also, let me do the usual YouTube chat. How's it going, Blanc, over on YouTube land? There we go. Oh, cool. That's already working there. Let me say hello to everybody. Let me say hello to all the nice people. Hello, Azure Rats. Congratulations on your first. Hello, Steve. Hello, Ars. Hello, K Schmiles. Hello, Squiggy. Hello, Nobody. Hello, Minidow. And hello, Horror Loving. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, and we're returning to Rat Day. I'm also glad that Dragon's Dogma was good. I was worried because games. Because video games in the year of our Lord 2024. And from what I understand, it's good. I don't know when I'm going to get around to playing it. My life is a series of not having time. But speaking about things I don't have time for, or I do have time for, rats. It's so basically from what I can tell, what happens and what is how to do. I pay rats, and I unironically do. This time, this is not even a bit, not even a joke, not a single jape. Just rats. So Capcom, if I say Capcom is Capcom, I feel like a lot of people who are familiar with video games are like, yeah, that's Capcom. That's what Capcom do. The thing about that is sometimes Capcom will do bullshit like add a bunch of DLC that like microtransaction shit that does not matter. However, it's telegraphed, from what I understand, it's telegraphed very poorly that a lot of the DLC stuff can be acquired in game pretty easily. And because of that, people were like, oh shit, this is like play to win microtransaction bullshit, which kind of killed a lot of the hype. Even though I think the first game was like that, I played Dragon's Dogma 1 very, very late after release. Very, very late after, like even after the Steam port, like I took me a while to get to it. Hello, Coffin, how you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I don't know about. I imagine that might have been the Magic Archer. A lot of the once you mix Magic into Dragon's Dogma, it's about the spectacle. It's about the like, ooh, I can like you can get some like real like big dick magical, just like I remember casting like being a pure caster when I played on stream many moons ago. And if you'd like to see that, I believe my VOD channel will still have that up. Oh, it's just big. Oh, okay, gotcha. I think my non-YouTube's VOD channel has that somewhere on there. Also, hello, Ogori. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing? How you doing? We're gonna pet rat found a wild corn snake and oh, that sounds honestly. How are you doing, Charlie? That sounds like a fun day. That sounds like a fun day. Corn snakes are pretty cute as well. I would actually totally have you're thinking, oh, you're thinking Dragon's Crown. Dragon's Crown is the one with the sorceress that was like real big of breast, which is really funny when like there was like some like IGN review guys like, aha, if you like this lady, you're clearly like a pedophile or something. It's like this woman has the biggest tits you've ever seen. Are you drunk? Are you okay, IGN reviewer? I mean, you're an IGN reviewer, so the answer is no, you're not okay at the end of the day, but it's kind of odd. The state of the video game review industry is it's both dead and somehow still shuffling around like a weird zombie. So I don't know. Hello, Calvin. How you doing? Do you wish to put in the bin? Oh, that's fair. I mean, some of that is a legitimate like gameplay preference, and if that's not your jam, I don't think Dragon's Dogma will be your jam. But if you do like charging a spell for like 10 seconds and like nigh instantly obliterating everything, it's a real good feeling. Oh no, they met the sorceress. They legitimately met the sorceress. It was a very silly event. It was a very silly event. Yeah, a lot of it is rage bait. Even that was like years ago though. That shit was fucking like an eon in video game time. It's just funny how like the passage of time works like that. Like, do you guys remember the guy who was like really bad at Cuphead and could not get past the tutorial stage, which is literally like jump and dash. How you doing, Super Tiger Fox? Nice. Yeah, I did see it was I think it was like a magic archer spell where you like charge it and you do like a never-ending hailstorm of spinning arrows. And it's well. Also, that was the first death snap, first try. Hell yeah, let's go. Let's see if I can find it. Dragon's Dogma, IGN. I think it's IGN. Sorry, Dragon's Crown, my bad. Nah, I can't immediately find that off the top of my head. So off a quick cursory Google search. So not worth super looking into it. The Dark Souls of Plat. I mean, the funny thing is, like, Cuphead's legitimately a pretty hard game, from what I understand. I get that it's legitimately hard game, but like the tutorial level is not. The tutorial level is not. It's just like how. Because it just kind of like, it's like, how are you that bad at video games and get a job in video games? Like, I understand that not every reviewer needs to be like super elite pro zone gamer. I can understand that. I can empathize. But like, if a tutorial stage filters you, you have to just sit back and be like, am I cut out for this? I mean, it is nepotism. A lot of people, I don't know if this is as common, but there was like a weird period of time where it was like, I would like to be doing important journalism, but like I didn't succeed high enough or the demand really isn't there, so I got into video games. So this is just like a temporary job I'm going to take up, and eventually I'm going to do the real important journalism that I was meant to do. And that kind of that's Gamergate. Gamergate was a whole fucking clusterfuck. Like, the funny thing is, like, the central thesis of the video game review industry was corrupt as shit, was real, but then a bunch of other dumb horseshit got mixed into that, and it ruined the whole point. I'm not going to bat for it, because it was, I think everybody knew that, like, video game, like, I as a child knew that video games reviews for magazines and stuff were a little suspicious. Because like I remember I was like, it's weird that Madden always gets a gold rating in every single review all the time. Even if they say it was worse than the previous year, that's a little weird. And then that kind of planted a little seed to like, oh, maybe games that are made by EA tend to get all gold star reviews. Isn't that weird? I did like early X-Play. Adam Sessler makes me sad because he's like a bitter, burnt out shell of a man. And was also apparently I think the implication when it was like, yo, Adam Sessler's the real gamer, and Morgan Webb is there because she is heavy of breast. But then years later they're like, no, Morgan Webb legitimately likes video games, and Adam Sessler was kind of in that like, this is a job, and I took it up. Fuck it, whatever. Rachel about Armored Core helicopter filter out. Oh yeah, there's that kind of shit too. But Armored Core, I can understand the Armored Core games being hard. I get that. I played Armored Core 1, and that game was, oh boy, that game was difficult. I don't know if 6 is easier or harder than that, but oh god. But yeah, I still like X-Play as a show. It was very, I don't know if I'd say it was influential, but I remember once my family finally, we got TV that wasn't oh god, yeah, the shaky Adam Sessler where he's like, I'm not on cocaine. I'm like, you're jumping around and scratching yourself a lot, my man. Now was he on cocaine necessarily? I don't know, but it's understandable somebody be like, you look gacked out, my dude. Oh, there's a lot of there was, I think even now people kind of acknowledge it, that there was a bias against Japanese games in a lot of early American publications, especially like JRPGs and stuff. That'd be like, oh, those wacky Japanese and their weird moe high school simulators. If you like a wacky and weird game from the land of the rising sun, you might like that Persona game, but you know what? It's no Call of Duty. And like a lot of reviews were just shit like that, more or less. And like I think even for a while there was like Japanese game companies were like, we didn't like that our stuff was labeled JRPG because it usually meant that the American review public was gonna deride it super hard, even though we put a lot of work into it and our games are like legitimately liked by people. It's like, that's a fucking bummer. I mean, there's still, I'm not going to say there isn't. I'm saying it was worse at one point. I would argue it was worse at one point. I think it's more that like there's enough people out there now who are like, no, a lot of JRPGs and stuff are legitimately good. Like there's people that specialize in that now. There's people that specialize in that kind of content. That the level of specialization wasn't really around. I know like Milkman at EGM would do a lot of that kind of stuff. Yeah, everybody does Call of Duty good. That's an awesome guy. Welcome. Yeah, I know he. I don't know. Either way, Adam Sessler was like that. That was, I'm not gonna be that was like, oh my god, never meet your heroes because they'll disappoint you. It was more kind of just like, aw. The personality I thought you had was entirely constructed for television, which is not. I'm getting paints and parts of this model I don't want. I'm gonna be painting over that a little bit anyway. But yeah, like I'm not gonna say anime is super mainstream, but it's the most mainstream in America it ever was. Yeah, I mean, from what you said, like Morgan Webb is, from what I get, is like I said, legitimately likes video games, and I don't know what she's doing these days. I think she married someone and kind of settled down, but I don't entirely remember the details on what Morgan Webb is up to. God, anime PFP to VTubers. Oh no, that's great. That's great. I'm lucky I haven't gotten that because every now and then I do interact with things on Warhammer Twitter. Hasn't gotten too bad though. What the, oh god. I'm glad you're able to find replacement parts. That is a shitty thing for someone to do though. Just like sideswipe, just like, I'm just gonna ruin your car. Bye. Like I understand that like car stuff sucks, but when you break someone's car, you have to pay for it. That is the social construct that we build our driving situation upon. And once you invalidate that, like it's bad. I'm not saying like insurance companies are great, but like yeah, this is kind of why everyone sort of has to have some. Just rooting around the junkyard like a bunch of raccoons, just like looking looking for tasty garbage. Except in this case, I have to imagine you could probably build a whole ass car with like junkyard bits if you were talented enough and that sort of thing. Yeah. Yeah, that's also another thing. I've been putting off some car repair stuff for a while because the only good mechanic near me is only open during hours I have to work for the guild. So I'm going to be getting some car stuff done. Hopefully this end of the week. I'm not looking forward to the fees for that, but it should be fine. Oh, okay. That's a, like I can also see that being like a Top Gear thing as well. So I'm glad that premise is actually real and it's fun. Hell yeah. Am I get exactly? Listen, I played Need for Speed Underground 2, and I'm upset to this day that my car does not match that experience. Um, there's like for the most part growing up, because I was GameCube only, I didn't get to play a lot of the games that the kids at school would talk about, but also because I was a huge dork, I would not play the games kids at school would talk about. Like I was not doing any Grand Theft Autos, but I did Need for Speed Underground 1 and 2, and those were legitimately fun, along with the Tony Hawk Underground games, which I still really like. I don't know if I would go back and play Need for Speed Underground 2. I would play any of the Tony Hawk Underground games in a fucking second. I think those are still legitimately fun. Yeah, I guess finding a radiator would be fucking difficult, yeah. Engineers building bad shit out of junk. Oh, that sounds amazing. That sounds so great. Get rid of parts in the car roads. Well, I'm glad it's working out at the end. I'm glad at the end everything is working out pretty good. Now, this paint's frustrating because it is both incredibly thin, but also a color I really, really like. I need to get a good consistency for it because I need to learn how to airbrush it. So, Matthew, welcome. Oh, he also had an extra car too. Gotcha. So sucks, but not as bad as it could have sucked. Okay, that's good. I like it when things are not absolute suckage, even though that does sound still like a very unfortunate situation. The reason I gotta work on the airbrush though, and I'm gonna need to pull back the camera on this, just a wee smidgen, just a wee smidgen on this, is I've been working on a model that I was gifted for Christmas that I need to get done. This was gifted to me by the wonderful Headless. You might have seen him in chat a couple of times. I was given a Primaris tank, and it is a lot of model. Boom. Look at this fucking tank. It's not done. I need the tricky part is like I need to magnetize all the weapons. Also, the tank didn't fit entirely smoothly. So like if I zoom in, you'll see I'm trying to do layers of like, hold on, let me zoom in even more. I'm trying to do layers of like, oh god, it's fucking with my focus. I'm using like gap filler stuff to fill in the cracks. So because there was some cracks because of the gluing, like it mostly fit together right, but whenever I build a tank, it's never quite as smooth as like when I build any other model. But yeah, Turbo Dork paints I can generally airbrush. It is not resin, no. It is it's just good old Games Workshop plastic. I do have some like resin. I was trying to make some decals for it. Like this like little Minotaur thing. So I could put that like right here, maybe something like that. I feel like I might try to print out some bigger ones though. These ones feel kind of on the smallish side. Yeah, it's the plastic hover tank. Yeah. Which boy are we doing right now? Oh yeah, we're getting the throne. That's fixable. Yeah, I think the only car I gotten where insurance wrote it off and it made sense was I got T-boned a couple of years ago, and I was fine, but like they cracked my axle, so that car was just like ruined forever. I was like, great. Luckily, they ruled the accident as totally not my fault whatsoever. So while I had to pay for like rentals and shit, eventually the car was cheaper. The replacement car was cheaper. Yeah, insurance companies don't want to pay any money for anything ever. So like as much as I was talking about, like you still gotta like file shit to your insurance company. A lot of them are not great. Not great. Not unless they feel like it's like a slam dunk thing. Like, yes, this is definitely not your fault, or like this car could be saved. They're like, do another option gives us the most money. That would be ideal. Could you do that? Could you just do whichever option will give us the most money? Please, and thank you, dear customer. This guy's got so much. This stream, if this stream turns into me just legitimately painting one color, so be it. I want to finish these. I want to finish these. Oh yeah, God, yeah. Like whenever you see a gauge like that crank up, you're like, oh no, we gotta get out. We gotta get out before this fucker explodes. I'm glad your friend did not explode. I don't have a lot of experience with exploding friends, but that sounds like a bad condition to be in. So we get the pro, and there's probably gonna be like lots of little recesses to this, but otherwise, like spike on. I do like this color, as it's not like it's close enough to Warpluck Bronze, but it typically has a better consistency because I guess Turbo Dork is kind of sort of made for airbrushes, but in my experience, airbrush metallics can brush on totally fine. Something my knights usually have. Oh yeah, because when it explodes, it'll do AoE damage to things that are near. Oh yeah. I actually did finally get my. I have been on a kick of making. I finally found the right box. I finally found the right style of box that I could use to move my Chaos Knights in. It's called a really useful box. And I got that. I got some sheet metal, which I have spray painted black and glued to my, glued the metal sheet to that. And holy shit, I can transport my whole knight army now in two boxes. So I could actually like take them to the store. I could take them to the store and play Warhammer 40k. Yeah, the boxes look pretty legit as well, honestly. I've been getting, because like whenever somebody like Duncan is like, you can just get plastic storage bins for this. What he doesn't tell you is that a lot of plastic storage bins are not built for this sort of thing. Like they'll have like grooved bottoms because they're meant to be stackable. It's not their fault. These are products made for like, I want to put 8,000 bed sheets inside of something. So they give them like very specific contours. Also, the drill hole. He is no longer leaking clinging fluid, which is great. Yeah. I hold on. Give me a second. I can tell you the exact sizes I'm using because I still got them on my Amazon like recent purchase. Mine also apparently shipped from a nearby like office store, so I can get them for like next day delivery for free. It's legitimately nice. Nice. I'm still working on the master deck from the Fallout stuff. I don't buy a lot of full product from Wizard of the Coast anymore, but I definitely buy singles still because I'm ruined. Let me go to Amazon real quick, Matthew, and I can let you know what size I use. Let's roll back. All right. So the typical box I use is the what's it called? see, there's two sizes. There's two sizes I used, and one of them is way bigger than the other. Let me double check by the prices. All right. The one that is the 17 liter, I believe. The 17 liter is the one that's deep enough for like Chaos Knights. If you want one that's just for like normal turnip sized ones, it is. Let me see. Let me see the size this one is. Let me see which one that one is. Oh, Menasari looking through. Oh, they might have. I think they sold out the size I bought previously, so I have a hard time finding the other one. Hold on. Oh God, I can't find the old one anymore. Hold on, maybe if I see if I can do it this way. Yeah, no, it just defaults to the 17 liter, which is good for big stuff. Anything, like, honestly, just do anything smaller than that. You'll probably be fine. There we go. Yeah, there we go, there we go, there we go. So yeah, the 9 and 12 liters can probably fit turnip armies. 17 liter will work for Chaos Knights, which is what I was specifically looking for my... It also fits my Mortarion, which is important. I basically combined, like, my Death Guard and my Chaos Knight carrying capacity stuff into one thing. Because functionally, there's a lot of overlap, especially now that I can kind of just, like, bring... Hold on, I'm turning my heat. Like, because I can just bring Chaos Knights and Death Guard lists, specifically, like, Brigands and stuff like that. Also, hello, Deathside Miniatures. How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, I'm painting rats today. I'm technically known for painting rats, though I don't paint rats very often, but I'm getting back into the groove of painting rats specifically. And I'm currently today just doing all the various kind of like copper brassy stuff with Turbo Dork Death By. And hey, Deathside Miniatures, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the workshop. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I do be painting rats for a change. How you doing? How you doing? But yeah, I'm Halbernaut the Mimic Elf, miniature painting VTuber of the Nurgle and Skaven variety. I also like Turnip 28 and a bunch of other nonsense. I like minis. I like painting stuff. And hello, Shadow. How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing? God, this is incredibly thin, but it spreads really, really well once it kind of dries a bit. Skaven are very good. Skaven are very good. Also, if you're wondering why the hole is because I stripped the paint. So, for people who just don't know about this, these were the first models I bought when I got back into mini painting after the War Machine days. And these are incredibly complex models that should not have been my first purchase. But I was like, they look cool. They look cool, and I like them in Vermintide, which is funny because I did not play that... For technically having Vermintide getting me back into mini painting, I legitimately did not play that much Vermintide. Like, I never, like, super, like high rank gear grinded for all the characters and whatnot. How's out there? How you doing? Skaven going good. Or that's how the Skaven... Oh yeah, did you say just like the singular drill? Then again, I could see Clan Mulder just like drilling like this, like a perfectly... just like function only butthole, just like randomly in their mutants, just be like, yeah, this will make them shit more efficiently. Yeah, whenever it comes to like those kind of games, like late game kind of looter style things, the end game grind is usually where I tap the fuck out. Can I ask about working with resident safety? Sure. Do you have a specific question, or just do you want to know what I do for my resident safety stuff? Skaven wife. If by waifus you mean the brood mother that basically flops over and people just fuck holes into her, yeah. Skaven women aren't treated very well in Skaven society, but calling them like autonomous beings is also kind of inaccurate. Yeah, a lot of about for if you're going to use resin, always wear like a face ventilation stuff, like wear a ventilation mask. What else you want to do with that? You want to typically, if you're doing like 3D printing with resin, make sure that like you're in a well-ventilated room, like one you can like open some windows to, stuff like that. I also use gloves. The basic idea that I think really helps sales. I love resin printing. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure not wearing a mask once or twice won't kill you, but don't make it a habit. Resin printing is poison. How do you clean up your workspace? Isopropyl alcohol. Isopropyl alcohol going real quick. If it's hardened, you can technically let isopropyl alcohol soak into you can let isopropyl alcohol soak into the material and then try to scrape it off later. If it's in carpet, good fucking luck because that shit's not coming out. Oh, Just, how you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Resin dust is also really bad. That's also accurate. Like I said, the resin's poison. At all, until the model is fully cured, resin is poison. It looks real nice when it's all hard and stuff, but there's a joke in there if you feel like it. But like up until that point, don't do anything with it. Don't try to avoid touching it with bare skin. But yeah, also if you're filing resin too, the dust is not great. You should also wear a mask for that. I think legitimately whenever I know it's a pain in the ass, and even I'm guilty about this too, in general, you should be wearing some sort of mask because like even when you're sanding and filing plastic, there's still little filaments that can get in your lungs. So in general, wearing a mask while preparing miniatures is a good idea. That's a good idea to do in general. Oh, that sounds about right. Very good choice in armies, though. I also have some Flesh Eater quartz coming in the mail. Games Workshop fucked up and didn't send my copy to my wonderful sponsor, Collectible Squids. Not his fault. Squids is a fucking treat and is no issues whatsoever. It's usually Games Workshop that's doing the fucking up for in terms of sending models to a reputable game store. Games Workshop, why are you like this? Yeah, there's a lot of mimics out there. We're just having fun. Well, hello, Chieftain. How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me turn my heater back on. I'm reaching that time of the year where I cannot hit a proper Goldilocks zone of heat. I'm either too hot or I'm too cold. I have heard of COcast. COcast, from what I understand, is like a pretty nice resiny, plasticky sort of hybrid, but I know it's specialty. Like it's not like resin is a concept. COcast is owned by a company that sells you COcast. I know Infinity's using a bit of it. I know the Trench Crusade minis I'm going to be getting will have that in it. I have not used COcast myself, so I legitimately cannot tell you any of the major properties of it. I've heard it's relatively fine. Yeah, you gotta be careful with resin. Resin gets you some good results though. It's bendy. Yeah, that sounds about right. Monopost Poxwalkers. They technically did for Poxwalkers, ironically enough. Poxwalkers used to have a easy to build kit that was like 6 Poxwalkers. All of them basically like monopose. I mean, Poxwalkers are all monopose, which is a little tragic considering how many of them they want you to use. But, Dangerous Box, how you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. But, what's it called? I think they kind of moved away from doing that style of box. But yeah, during the 8th edition, you could get a lot of Nurgle stuff in those easy to build boxes. Yeah, I'm painting a rat finally. I know, right? Everyone's so excited for me to paint rats. It's to the point where it's like, why don't I paint rats more? Everyone's legitimately excited for them, and I do like rats, and I do have a couple that I need to paint still. Oh yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, if you want minis in that big of a bulk quantity, for Games Workshop, that's not a thing. That is when you turn to like third-party manufacturers or printing your own stuff like that. Was how do I paint rats? I do actually. 60 plus. Luckily, I'm only running. I have 30 Poxwalkers made, and I have a bunch of them that are assembled. And no, 20. Sorry, I have 20 because like I can only bring 20 with Typhus, but I don't think you even want to bring them with him these days. I think you want to bring Death Shroud, which I do not have. But yeah, I've been working on some Turnip Boys. Check out now. These are resin. They're still work in progress, but the general idea is sound. The horse body and the torso is from Vivictus Miniatures. The head, the fist, and the spike is from Bestiarum for their like Chaos Knight equivalent. And if you're wondering what I'm going to do with the head, you guys know the Games Workshop cactus, right? Like the cactus that had like the little like spikes in it. like the little foam cactus with the spikes. I want to recreate that on here. So I'm gonna glue this. I'm gonna take toothpicks. I'm gonna glue the spikes. Yeah, the ones for basing and stuff. Yeah. Oh, I did not actually turn it on the right way. And then I'm going to use some I'm going to use some filler and stuff to fill in the gap. So this fact that this has a gap will not be. This is just temporary. Yeah, because I'm working on my tanks, I want to go back to my Horus Heresy tank that I never finished, and I also printed out some cool Death Guard insignia. My printer has a defect. I have two defects, unfortunately, in my current printer. One of them is that there's a magical little rectangle bit on the far right side that if anything gets caught into that, it just doesn't get printed. I don't know what's up with that. And then every now and then there's one magical spot that'll leave a little divot, which a little divot's fine. Douglas, how you doing, my dude? Welcome. Look, I'm painting rats. I'm honest to God, actually not a joke, painting rats. Wild, huh? Let's see. So fix to see who fixes the vehicles. Usually the Mechanicus would do that. Maybe some mechanics in the guard might fix up some small tier stuff. But a lot of it is just Mechanicus doing shit. Or or for Space Marines, they might have dedicated Tech Marines. And the Tech Marines would do that. God, at this point, Skaven Timber is the deepest of lores. But yeah. I'm doing good though. I'm doing good. I've been building a lot of minis. I've also been preparing. What's it called? I am going to undergo last year around April 1st. As a mimic elf, by the way, if you guys don't know much about me, I'm a little bit spicier than your average elf. Hi. I'm a little spicier than your average elf, but I kind of limit how far I allow myself to transform. But I'm gonna test those limits again, and we're gonna see what happens when we test those limits. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna remove my limiters, and we'll see what comes out the other side. Yeah, that's true. That's true too for the nightly houses. Yeah, a lot of it is kind of more or less go back to, hey, is anyone building and fixing shit? It's probably the Mechanicus. But it's not absolute. You still got a couple of regular mechanics and stuff like that. Take off my training weights. Well, it's because you guys kind of know the Animorphs thing of getting too deep into the transformation, forgetting yourself. I'm worried about that a little bit, which is why I don't go too buck wild with what I do. But I think I'm building up some skills for that. With a flying corpse. That I don't know. I know there's a whole game called Aeronautica based around that. And I know basically each I know chapters will have a flying division, and then there's the Battlefleet Gothic stuff, which is just lots of humans piloting big old fucking massive cathedral ships. Where it gets away from El Shinzo Abe's dream. Listen, when it comes to El Shinzo Abe's dream, for people who don't know, I was made by elves as an attempt to make a quicker growing elf, so eventually I could help fix the failing elf populations. The implication is that I would probably interbreed into elves, and then eventually the mimic parts would fall off. But then I became a miniature painting VTuber, and any chance of me procreating has been drastically reduced. So that's fun. But you got there's but if you want Warhammer flying stuff, yeah, probably Battlefleet Gothic if you like space flights, but if you like planes, Aeronautica would be the game. Would be the game for you to look into. And then maybe some lore around that game might kind of point you towards a more specific answer. I'm not particularly a good loresman. I'm no Luton or whatever. Oh, is that bottom supposed to be? It's a little bit where I can't tell how much of the bottom of the head is supposed to be metal and how much is not. We'll just go with whatever. Yeah, that's my light novel title. That's my light novel title. Let's fucking pin that. How many more rats do I got to paint? I have 40 plague monks. Technically after these two, I have an additional 3 more. I have an additional 3 more Stormfiends. I have 20 Storm Vermin, and I have 2 Warp Lightning Cannons that are like 75% done. They need the crew painted and some other stuff. I got like a decent amount, but like not the most. Like I got 60 Clan Rats painted up. I got like I got a Screech Vermin King. I got a lot of like the art. I got like the Warlocks and the Beastmasters and stuff like that. And I'm sure once summer rolls around and the Age of Sigmar 4th edition box releases, then I'll probably have to double up on a lot of that. Like at that point, a lot of that I will suddenly have new rats to paint. But at the moment, not the worst. Not the worst. The coffee bot brewing all day. Oh yeah, no, breadless. Breadless is technically my first mod ever. Actually, now that you mention it. I'm very loath to make people mods. Usually I'm just kind of like, I'm just doing my own thing. It's fine. But every now and then I've been just like, I can generally trust you. There's a lot of VTubers like to recruit them. I've been kind of I'm kind of the belief that's like, the best mods are the ones that you just kind of hoisted upon. It also doesn't help. I'm not doing like extracurricular like mods. You need to take shifts and whatnot. It's pretty loosey goosey. Some guy spamming bullshit. Yeah, just fucking hit him with a hammer. It's fine. I did poach 2 from Echo. No, that's not. Fox, I would argue, came from Joru. I'll say I poached 1 from Joru, 1 from Echo, and Breadless is 100% OG. That tracks. Oh, not Coast Lakes using this power. If I need more mods, honestly, you've been around for a while and you get the vibe. So I would not say no, but I think right now I got a good number. No, go away. Okay. You were doing a bit. I see. Let's see, what was I doing with this? Oh yeah, I'm trying to get these little fucking. This is, once again, I like these models a lot. These little like warpstone things. I don't even know what I would call them. They're just like warpstone motherfucking, just like, I don't know. How do you like the warpstone little holders? Or olive drab. Pretty much, yeah. I will never paint guard probably because I already paint a lot of horde armies. I know you can go very mechanized guard, which that would be kind of fun. Yeah, the painting a bunch of sci-fi bullshit tanks sounds like a potentially good time. Yeah, I'd probably go paint that Gring in there. So I know there's a lot more speed painting techniques now and whatever. Bright. I mean, the thing is, bright orange is kind of a pain in the ass to paint. So like, well, that sounds like a fun scheme. It also is probably hell to actually go ahead and like implement. Oh, I only painted one side of that Gring. Interesting. How many big rats do I have now? I have a grand total of 5 big rats. One of them is painted in a way that I will not remove. But the other 5 did not get finished. Like I said, I made a lot of critical mistakes on these. I did these were not built in sub-assemblies because other than stripping the paint, they have not been significantly touched. Except for I also dropped this guy, his foot got lost, so I replaced his foot with a prosthetic. Other than that, they're more or less intact from when I built them originally. So when I built them, I did not know about sub-assemblies because War Machine never really needed. Why aren't you stripping one? I do have 3 that are being stripped right now. They're just sitting in a vial of not a vial, actually specifically a jar of LA Totally Awesome, which has been great. LA Totally Awesome has been clinging the ever-loving fuck out of us. Also celebrating us. Welcome. On flyers. It would be, I mean, the thing about flyers though is that like in my experience, flyers are either super overpowered or super underpowered, and they're also pretty large. I could see wanting to run flyers, but I think they probably do function better off in their own game. Oh yeah, I got dedicated jars that I strip minis in. I have a gigantic glass mason jar that I do strip paint from, like on the regs. On the regs, I do that. Like currently, my kitchen is a mistake because like I have a table that is like both because I live alone, I don't really need to eat at the table. A lot of my eating is done here, like on my computer desk, so I could like watch YouTube's videos while I eat and stuff like that. Hello, Carterton. Hello, Headless. How both of you doing? How you doing? Also, fuck, holy shit, 43 subs. I think there was like a change that paused a lot of subs a while ago. It's all good. Thank you for the 43 fucking months, Breadless. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Wow, 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 wow. 3.5 years. Holy shit. Nice. 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 I got to pay. You might legitimately derp. You might want to look into like some of the slap shop stuff. That might not be the worst. Also, Headless. Let me show you something. Let me show you something, Headless. I've been working on the tank. It took me a good portion today, but the tank is getting built. I need to do a lot of gap filling and whatnot, but like, by the way, every single one of these are 2 parts, the top and the bottom. So there's so many little bits. Yeah, it's the repulsor tank. Yeah. Basically a Primaris grav tank, yeah. And I'm going to have to do a lot of sealing the gaps between the connector bits, but it's coming. The progress is happening. I didn't want to leave your actually I will say they are easier than treads. What's it called? My Spartan from Horus Heresy had treads, and that was a big piece of shit. Also, check this out. Yeah, remember if I've showed these on stream or not? There is a guy on Patreon that made Helldivers minis. I did not get a sub to that Patreon yet, or at all. They seem nice. I just don't have a strong need for more minis at the moment. Check it out. I got 2 used fucking rhinos. These dirty ass rhinos with like broken treads for $10 each. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to Death Guard the fuck out of these because Death Guard can run 2 rhinos easy. Easy. And all I gotta do is just put some little chaosy bits on there. The broken scuffness actually plays to the Death Guard aesthetic. My brain is huge, and also $10 each. I am so fucking weak for deals, it is not funny. I am so easily bamboozled by deals. I'm kind of the ideal consumer. Like, if anyone's like, hey, I got minis, like, that's great. But special, I'm like, ooh. Ooh. I do like me a special. You could orcify them, yeah. I don't have a significant orc force, so I don't need to. I think Death Guardifying them will be better for me. But yeah, you could orcify them if you can get cheap. If you can get cheap, fucked up models from like the Imperial range, those are just free orc vehicles. If you want to stick some plastic art on them. God, sorry about that burp. You might not have even heard that. I just gave that away for nothing. There we go. I'm not Hobby Lobby near make Gunpla. Yeah, oh yeah, stuff like that I'm definitely weak to. The guy in the long court. I legitimately am like, ooh. I had to stop myself because the same store had a used pile of Plague Marines for like hella cheap. And at first I was like, I already have so many unassembled Plague Marines. But also the fun thing about Death Guard is you never really truly have enough Plague Marines. Like I have a lot of Plague Marines built, and I have a bunch of Plague Marines unbuilt. But if I were to get more Plague Marines, I would be like, ooh. Oh, but I have not built a Master Grade yet, but they look like a lot of fun. My highest one. What's up, Beanie Bob? How you doing? Happy Easter. Happy Easter. I have done absolutely nothing for Easter. I'm going to be real, everybody. I forgot today was Easter because in my brain, Easter is in April. So this weird-ass March Easter is fucking with me super duper hard. Also, it does not help that as it's one of those holidays that, like, my family lives pretty far away and I'm a bachelor, so I don't have, like, a strong desire to do anything especially Eastery, I guess. Yeah, okay, Charlie, we're in it. We're in it. I like. I'm not like a fucking like Easter Scrooge. I do like Easter egg hunts and peeps and everything. I don't know what like when the public turned on peeps. I still like peeps. Like everyone's like they're just like shitty sugar covered marshmallows. Like yeah, no shit. They've been peeps for years. Why now? Why is everybody shitting on peeps now? Like objectively they're not like high grade candy, but a lot of these people shitting on peeps are like I put nothing but garbage in my body. For some reason peeps are the straw too far though. Everything gives you diabetes in Burgerland. Peeps are not special. You go to Taco Bell and get your Baja Swill, but for some reason, good God, peeps are too much. I don't understand. I don't understand. I can understand if you're from a different country. Like if you don't get peeps in the UK, I would not say it's worth. I would not say it's worth importing peeps, but I'm saying they're like solid enough candies. I think they are released exactly for as long as they need to be released, and they're put back in storage for the next year. Like if we want to talk about candy that sucks, we could go to fucking candy corn. Oh no, yeah, hello, no need for grat. I'm importing candy and usually crafting supplies because the UK's got all the cool mini stuff. Yeah, it's marshmallows. Yeah, like why do people shit on marshmallows? Marshmallow good. Marshmallow, it's crispy marshmallows because you got that layer of crunchy sugar. Ooh, yeah, exactly. A rat bunny. I don't have any rabbit models. Do I? I feel like I might have 3D printed a rabbit once, but I don't know where it went. I've also tried to specifically go through a lot of my 3D printed stuff that I'm like, I'm never going to build this, and threw it out. Like, I've just literally, like, because, like, the nice thing about 3D printing is I like 3D printing, and sometimes my eyes get bigger than my stomach in terms of, like, projects. But I could just be like, you know what? I need more space. I need more space, and I'm probably never going to get around to painting you, so I could chuck you, or I could put it in like this will be ground up to be used for terrain filler sort of deal. And it's like, hey, there we go. Excellent. You got the from the lady. Oh yeah, the sexo one. Yeah. Understandable. But I've been doing a lot of printing lately, like for this guy. Ooh, look at this alien motherfucker. This is a prophet from Blue Art. I've painted a couple of his models before. I'm a big fan of this one because it is freakishly tall. Like, hold on. Do I have my... I threw a mini in my lap. All right. It is a Plague Marine for scale. Look how big this fucker is. He's just like a... Hold on. Let me zoom out so you can really get the scope. 5'11 versus 6'0 right here. I still need to prime him, but I do like this model a lot. Blue Art does some good shit. I really like Blue Art's entire range. No can of soda. I don't drink cans of soda anymore, I'm gonna be honest. I used to a lot more back in like my hedonistic hungry skeleton college days, but I really don't do soda unless I go out to eat. I don't keep soda in my house. I know it's for the meme, but I don't just keep a loose can of Coke for that. I mean, yeah, definitely the guy does a lot of like Giger, Scorn kind of stuff. Do I have hold on. I have like completed model from him. I'm gonna go grab. I'm gonna go limp for a sec. Hold on. Choto mate. I found this is for a lot of his stuff. I specifically do very rarely. I do go through a lot of gamer sups. I'm not gonna lie. I've been enjoying the fuck out of the gamer sup sleepy time drink. Cause I like to drink tasty things and sleep. You don't like that empty stare. You don't like this one? But yeah, check it out. This was a test to try to do like metal, gray, and like a flesh color. This one probably not my. Actually, this is probably the bad one to use. I think I have another one that looks a lot better from this line, but I'm generally pretty happy with like how that turned out for like the amount of effort I put into it, which is not a lot. Yeah, they released a sleepy drink. Oh God, when did a sleepy drink come out? A while ago, like maybe like a week ago, and I got that. It was nice. How you doing, Mittens? How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I was showing off my terrible scorn model. By terrible, I mean like scary terrible. Like I said, I didn't put a huge amount of like work into it, but the amount of effort. The thing is, my brain recently is like trying to really stick to like the effort to looking good ratio for a lot of these like side project minis. I'm okay with that. I did not get the soup. The soup ran out when I tried to order, and then after my order went through, they're like, "We got soup back," and I was like, "Motherfuckers." Still nice company though. I've had nothing but pleasant time getting stuff from Gamer Subs. Model just looks like a big. I mean, yeah. I mean, technically, I should do the little thing where I shimmy down at the bottom of the screen and be like, "Oh, I don't want to. I don't want to take a look. Like, I gotta go look for something." So I'm just like, "Bye," and then I just go limp as the animating spirit leaves my body. I just become one with Ghost. Yeah, no soup for me. Apparently, no soup at all. It's just fine. Flippers and so, but no, just I mean, the thing is, I think you have to do a successful normal flavor first before you go too wild. Like I I think like people generally like instant ramen as far as like for what instant ramen is. Like you know what instant ramen is, and like while you could open up a new line with meme flavors, somebody's like, oh, what's this? This is like I don't know like like Shy Lily's Ocean Sweat Extravaganza or some shit. I think you need to start with like a reasonable flavor and then move on. Move on that. Kill Team Product. Oh, that's yeah, Games Workshop wall explosion syndrome. I gotcha, I gotcha. Was there Miku ramen? I know about this famous Sonic curry. The blue Sonic curry is still a certified internet classic, which apparently a friend of mine has eaten, and he says it's just curry. They've just not encouraged me to try their flavors. That's fair. I saw the brand. Oh yeah. I got some of those as well. I'm gonna be honest, cause what's it called? Uh, I think Rumi's very cool, and it's cool to see people try some new shit. So I went ahead and got myself a order of the hot sauces. I don't know when those are coming in. I'll keep you all posted. One of them's called Grimmy is trying to kill you, so we'll see if that's pretty good. Fuck neon ketchup. Bring back the Shrek ketchup. Even as a like that was ostensibly a product marketed to children. Even as a child, like that looks fucking hideous. What are you talking about? Oh god, that has to suck, Mittens. Oh, I'm so sorry. Paying 2 years of medical insurance fucking blows. I guess the silver lining is that next year you're gonna have more money, but that's not great for this year. Yeah. I never tried the purple. I never actually tried them, or not, or maybe I did try them and I blacked it out. But like, they don't look appealing. Like generally, when you want to make colorful food for kids, you make them like sweets and candies because people are like, "Oh, I love grape. I love green apple or whatever the fuck. I like lime, which is green, and yeah, no surprises there. But I swear I like it for more reasons than it's just green, but I don't have any way to convince you all that that information is true. um, but yeah. Let me see. I should put that on screen because a lot of you are not like needing to take daily vitamins. So let me see. See purple, green, ketchup. Yeah, let me get you the thanks doc of ketchups. Hold on. It oh, even this like even the sample pictures look like shit. Like okay, I'm grabbing why did they mirror this? I don't understand why they mirrored this image, but I'm not gonna go deep delving for purple ketchup. I'm not gonna go deep in the weeds for purple ketchup. Oh, hold on, let me move on. I almost closed OBS on accident. That would have been funny. If it's like, let me grab the purple ketchup, dies. Ta-da! Like, look how bad that looks. Legitimately perceive how just like I could just shrink the side. Like that looks so bad. Like it's legitimately like feeding kids melted plastic. I'm sure it was not good. The thing is, like, at the end of the day, it's probably just food coloring. So, like, cannot imagine it actively affects the flavor too much. But, like, it just, like, you guys know how a lot of stuff, yeah, the easy squirt. God, now I'm just thinking about that guy who kept talking about women and how he's going to make them squirt. Like, SQUART? Is there, like, a picture of that guy? Okay, this is, God, this guy's picture, oh God, this is probably good. This is all right. Hey everybody, you know how bad that picture to ketchup work. Here's a palette cleanser. Hey everybody, here's a palette cleanser image. How do you like that? How does that make you feel? Better? Okay, better or worse? Better or worse? All right, here we can figure this out scientifically. Let's put a poll up. New poll. Which hurts less? Purple ketchup or squart? Man. There we go. Excellent. The poll's up, everybody. Democracy will prevail. YZ red. There's a certain level of like you're full of like I actually think it might be unironically might be a steroid usage thing. I think when you use a lot of steroids, it tends to make you bright fucking pink because your body is like not meant to be full of like that much like bull growth hormone or whatever the fuck. It's not good either way. Like you're not supposed to look this red. But I think it's chemically backed up semen. Yeah, he's one of those people that's like so strong that he just like re-injects his semen back into his body so he doesn't lose nutrients. Oh yeah, that Liver King dude. I did watch I see his stuff on Twitter a lot, and I think I got recommended like, hey, this is the Liver King guy's real fucked up. And I saw it, and I was like, damn, that guy is fucked up. The moral of the Liver King is that he was a guy who's very business savvy, but also a kind of an attention whore, and made his body his brand. All the stuff he was selling was bullshit. It was steroids, but he eventually came clean, like, yeah, I'm using steroids. I'm going to stop using steroids, but he never stopped using steroids and just kind of became more desperate. Yeah, he would make like his like kids eat like bull testicles and stuff because he's trying to sell you an image that is not real. It's not only is it an image that's not real, it's an image that like he admitted is not real and then doubled down on hoping you would just forget that he's just hoping that you would forget that he said he did steroids and just try to move back into doing the same shit. Hello, Steslok. How you doing? Welcome. Well, the thing is, people like they basically said he's never admitted to not stopping the steroids. He's pretty much from what the thing. All right, so purple ketchup hurts less than Squirt Man. All right. So in that case, what I need to do is I need to actually remove the purple ketchup, and I'm going to leave the Squirt Man on screen specifically to harm all of you. I'm an antagonistic VTuber. I'm going to squeeze you all, Mel. Oh, I'm a funny guy. All right, what am I doing for you for the straps? But the thing is, because the guy ostensibly the Liver King guy at one point knew about like how to manipulate his public image. So I think he was trying to do a redemption arc, but he spent so much time building up the fact that like I am my body. I am the biggest rippest person ever. And I think he was like afraid that like if people saw him be like normal person ripped, his empire would fall apart. And even the doctor, yeah, hello Rancho. Yeah, we're talking about the Liver King because I don't know, Squirt. Oh, we're talking about why the Squirt Man is so red, and it comes back to the Liver King. And doctors were like, hey, you know what's an easy way we could tell that you're not on steroids? Let's take a blood test. We can confirm you're not on steroids, and then don't worry about it. And people were like, your muscles should be shrinking because your steroids. are going away. And then he did another video where he's like, yeah, no, I'm not getting off steroids. I like being, he legitimately did a video where he's like, I like having the big ripped body and I don't care anymore. And then people, even the people who were on board were like, all right, fuck off, dude. Yeah. Yeah. He also did like a weird thing where initially he's like, yeah, I did steroids. I did that because of self-esteem issues. And it was like, and then turned it into like trying to stand up against like suicide. And that was just like a weird take. It was a weird take on that. From what I said, there are very legitimately like nice and mentally healthy people in like the weightlifting scene, but there's also a lot of insane grifters like him, and those people are just absolutely fucking batshit wild. It's like if you just cared about getting ripped, there's like legitimately a lot of like even if you want to watch like an influencer dude do it, you got options. I don't know them because that's not really my thing. I look at people who paint so I could look at how they paint and then apply their paints to my paint. But there are some people that look up that kind of stuff and they're like, yeah. But yeah, but prior to the steroid thing, he's just like, yeah, humans are meant to eat bull testicles for testosterone gain and stuff like that. And you're supposed to eat your food raw because that's how our ancestors did. And it's like, no, there's been a lot of proof that we've been cooking food for a while. Cooking food is kind of a thing society has done for like thousands upon thousands of years. Even just like basic flame cooking is a tenet of civilization. Oh, okay, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I do like squirt and paint. I will admit that. Yeah, he literally just put a bunch of balls into a thing. I think also too, the latter half of the video is like, hey, you've probably seen him doing weird shit on Twitter, and you're like, why? And the answer is he's trying to do shock value stuff because he still needs the attention, because his brand and ego require you to have attention. And now he's just doing gross shit. Like he's got like a doctor, some chef guy that just stitched up a bunch of dead animals into a horrible chimera, and he just ate parts of it raw. Like just that kind of thing, where it's like now the intent is no longer like I am a natural warrior. You can become a natural warrior like me. Now he's kind of hoping like Fear Factor but with balls will get you to click. He's just like, I want you to do Fear Factor but with me actively eating balls and trying to sell you like, I'll be your dad. I'll be your online dad. And it's like, oh god. So yeah, that was my quick dip into that world, and that seemed wild. And then I tried to watch another video from the same guy, and all of them were shit. They weren't shit. They were just like a lot of about like internet drama stuff, and a lot of it was just like this Minecraft mother. I'm like, I'm good. No, I'm good. Thanks. I don't want to hear that. I'm not gonna hear that. Oh, the Ultimate Warrior people would fucking destroy him easily. I don't know. Actually, the thing is, the Bull King, the Liver King still is like, he's still taking steroids. He's still ripped, but he's also like old. And it turns out if you use like constant high grade steroids, your body does not like that very much. So he's both ripped and deteriorating. So I don't know. I don't know what a punch would do to him. He might be able to take it, or he might just explode into a gigantic like pile of gibs. I don't know. It could go either way. I think the Liver King's twist kind of makes sense, like considering a lot of his brand was kind of shock value. Oh, I know nothing about wrestling. I like the idea of wrestling a lot, like the campiness and just like melodrama with muscles sounds like a fun evening, but I've just never really truly gotten into wrestling, if that makes any sense. I get this. God, this is why you should use sub assemblies, but I painted this guy way too late in my painting career. The sub assemblies will not have not happened, and I'm just gonna have to deal with it. Thank you, Pastel. Love you. That's still going pretty good though. Oh yeah, that is Rumble Slam. That is Rumble Slam. If you like miniature paint, okay, it's a war game and not an RPG. I know there are RPGs that do something similar, but I don't know much about them. But if you would like to paint up like a fantasy wrestling team, like skirmish game, you could do that. It is Rumble Slam. Rumble Sim seems neat, but like it's one of those games where it's like it is not near. There's not a scene near me at all, and I don't got the time to grow one. And the minis are cool. I do like some of the minis quite a bit. I like Cactus Jack, like the one that's a very obviously Final Fantasy Cactar. He's good. I like that one quite a bit. But it doesn't quite got that final push to make me like, I am going to evangelize for this one. Right, but if that is what you're looking for, definitely take a look. Peyote Pete, yeah, I do like Peyote Pete a lot. I really just kind of like a lot of stuff in this casino. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, there's enough knockoffs that you'd probably find. I did find a really bitchin' 3D print STL of Anima from Final Fantasy 10, and I would love to print that out. It's on my like backlog of like maybe someday I'll get this and print this. I have a decently sized backlog of that kind of bullshit. It's pretty good. See, there's a website I go to where they did fake. Oh, that does sound excellent though. That sounds like a handy website to keep in your pocket. All right, we got a little bit onto the edge there. It's got like a real apparent leather straps. Nah, this guy's got more leather strappage because he's got like the kind of held on armor. Oh, if you're talking about like role playing games, those definitely exist. I'm aware of a couple of them. There's a couple of indie ones too, but I cannot think of their names off the top of my head. Oh, also in tabletop news, I might be getting a Lancer group together for another Lancer one shot, in addition to Changeling, in addition to maybe Sword World. So that should be fun. That is still in the very, very early stages. So I do two methods of getting those one shots together, and one of them is I seek people out. I'm like, we should play a game, and they're like, fuck yeah, let's play a game. There's other ones though when someone's like, God, I wish I could run this game or play this game, and I'm like, just get me 3 other nerds I kind of sort of know, and I'll run it. And that method might be happening for Lancer, so I'm excited. I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty excited. Lancer, I hardly know her. Hello, Floof. How you doing? You came in the middle of a stupid joke, but how's it going, everybody? Welcome. If you do not know me, I am Halbernath the Mimic Elf. I'm a miniature painting VTuber of the Nurgle and Skaven variety. Ooh, what were you doing? What were you doing for Warhams? What were you doing? Let me see. For people who do not know me, I'm Halbernath the Mimic Elf, a miniature painting VTuber of the Nurgle and Skaven variety. Yeah, and I'm painting rats again. I'm actually painting rats. No shit, not a lie, not clickbait. Actually painting rats. It's going pretty good. I don't know how much progress I'm going to get tonight, but I'm definitely getting some. But yeah, how was the painting on your end? How's the painting on your end? I'm doing very, very good. Working on Dark Angels. Ooh, fuck yeah, let's go. Oh yeah, I feel you on the assembling thing. I'm putting together a Primaris repulsor tank, and that motherfucker took a decent chunk of today. I will say one very nice thing is so I've been talking about wanting to make a channel intro for my like my mini VOD channel and stuff like that. I wanted to do like a little intro video, and I've been holding on to that for a while. But I finally got around to it. So like now I feel like that burden's off my head, and I can get working on other projects on that channel as well. But yeah, if you're into that, that's the intro video, and then also I got a bunch of mini VODs on there. I put all my mini VODs on there because multi-streaming. Apparently, not a lot of VTubers know how to multi-stream because I get asked questions on that a lot. I do it through a plugin made by some Japanese dude whose name escapes me. Very good plugin though. I think it was made specifically for VTubers, which is great. VTubing technology has actually pioneered a lot of cool, neat stuff in all streaming aspects, which I enjoy. I get around the tube. There we go. Yeah, I'm glad you like that video, everybody. Yeah. Oh, I'm legitimately the announcement of Skaven for fourth edition has revitalized my interest in getting my Skaven painted. Also, because I now have a very small Stormcast army because of the Dominion box. Oh, hold on. The little howl is getting cut off. I need to fix that. There we go. Um, because it's always part Stormcast. Like we all know that all Age of Sigmar releases are gonna be part Stormcast. That's just how it is. Um, but because of that, I will now be able to use both sides of the box, which is incredibly intriguing. Honestly, what color brown did I use for this? Oh, maroon. There we go. But yeah, that sounds like a lot of mini building. Sounds like a lot of fun though. Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. Hello, Rusted. How you doing? Welcome. How you doing? How you doing? Yeah, I did but yeah, I took the funny thing is that video was only like 2 minutes. But actually putting together a lot of stuff took like way the fuck longer. Oh, let's go mimic mode. All right, let's go. I've been HSR for 4 days. HSR, Monday. Well, I'm glad you're back. High school reunion? I feel like I should know the acronyms, but I do not. I know many. No, that would be great. I don't expect Chaos Dwarves to be there. I don't know. I think Games Workshop does not give a shit about Chaos Dwarves. I also keep hearing rumors that fucking Beastmen are gonna get squatted. Oh, Honkai Star Rail. Ah, okay. Honkai Star Reunion. There we go. Ah, gotcha. I don't have a huge interest in gacha games these days, but the idea of a space trade is very intriguing. There's just a squad in 5 minutes. I know I'm a very slow mini builder. I'm also arguably a very slow mini painter as well. I feel like I've been getting better, but I'm still relatively like not fast. Here we go. We're getting imagine these are like that. Oh, this is the anniversary. Ah, gotcha. I will admit though, I keep seeing stuff from the new Nikkei event, and it does look like a lot of fun. Nikkei is the one gacha game where I'm like always because like everybody knows it's like the robot butt shooty game, but I keep hearing it's like oh it's actually like really grim and is about like human extinction and people are put into robot bodies and the robot bodies need to mimic being a human perfectly because if they do not, the people inside the robot shells go fucking crazy. Yeah. There's this new character now that is just like this. I think she's like a antagonist or like some sort of character that people don't like. And they put her as like in the April Fool's event as like a character you could play with. And because she's just a human, she's constantly screaming because she's getting shot by horrible, like biblically named robots and shit. The thing is, I like that kind of like body horror, grim nonsense stuff like that. But I know a lot of it is just so you can have a robot with a fat ass shoot a bunch. There's like a couple. There's like that game, and then there's like what's it called? Also, Element. How you doing? How you doing? Thank you for the 31 months of subs. Fuck yeah, let's go. Let's go. How you doing? We're talking about the Rudy Tooty point and shooty ass gotcha game and how the siren song they keep doing so between that and like Elig, which is like a character whose eyes are covered up and she's thick, so my brain is like, I do like that. I do like both of those character traits together. I would like to subscribe to your web zone and maybe get some pizza rolls mailed. Oh, you finished building Archeon? Nice. I'm a little sad that when I was still doing Slaves of Darkness, I did not get Archeon, but since I basically converted that army to the old world, I don't need a big boy Archeon anymore. It is still a very nice model though. Swing stabily. Oh, yep, that's chaos. It's not chaos until the model actively hurts you. Yippee! Nice. I haven't been stabbed by a lot of my chaos models until recently-ish. If anything, Deathjack stabbed me more than a lot of my chaos in recent memory, which is kind of fun. I don't like getting stabbed by models, but it's a little nostalgic. I think he was from the end times. I think that was an end time. There's a lot of end times models that are still going pretty strong. One of my favorite model kits of all time, the Blight Kings, are from the end times. Ooh, they still look so good. They're still like, chef's kiss, so good. Is it weird thinking that like my brain is still like, oh yeah, the end times is like a couple of years ago. But also, objectively, it has been nearly 8. I think it's been like legitimately 8 years since Games Workshop did the whole end times thing. It's coming up to a decade very, very soon, which is neat to think about. Oh, that's totally fair. I like square bases in certain context. I think if you like want to do like a big flank of dudes that looks nice, ironically, I believe Skaven look really good in square bases. Is the right brown? Just the right brown. I'm at the point where I have so many browns that are so close. It's that mahogany was I was working on. Nope. Okay, it's a chocolate brown. It's a chocolate brown. Nice. Little Arca for King of War. Square base is challenging. Oh yeah, there's probably not a lot of free clearance on that thing. Okay, no, that was the right one. Oh god, this is way too thick. I rank up on squares. See, my issue is that like I remember so I'm a fake Warhammer person, so I have played Age of Sigmar like a moderately okay amount of time in the past, but I've not got to play 40k. But I remember when I played Age of Sigmar, trying to move 60 clan rats on round bases was hell. And if I could just move them on like a bit, I know you can do movement trays, but it was still fucking aggravating. Oh, he's super top heavy. Have you like? Are you? I assume you're using like counterweights and stuff, right? You put like quarters and wrenches and shit. Not wrenches. Like nuts on the bottom of the base to counterbalance it. I know I've had to do that for a couple of things. I have a Death Guard model that has just like a whole nickel just glued into his base. I think it's like the Plague Surgeon dude. Yeah, my Plague Surgeon has a nickel base. His nickel back, if you will. God, that's stupid. That's so fucking stupid. Jesus Christ, Hal. Why did I do this to all these nice people? Oh, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah. I mean, you can definitely get it to work out. I don't think it'll be the biggest deal in the end. I agree it's annoying though. God, these guys got so many bits. So many fucking bits. I'm making like pretty good progress. I don't know how many weeks of streaming it's going to be to get these two done. And maybe I might do like one in between of a different model, but I do feel like I'm making like relatively good progress. What am I doing? Oh yeah. Gotta go like around here. Listen for Vanguard and Chaos Knights. Oh god, I do have some Chaos Knights I still gotta fuck around with. I have so many Chaos Knights I gotta fuck around with. I have 2 new ones and I have 2 old ones from the stuff like that. Yes, I'm like I said, the original attempt at this was very shit. I did not take any pictures of the original attempt. I usually sometimes I like to take pictures and be like, look how far I've come, but this one was like unfinished and like that, like it wasn't even fun in like a nostalgic sense of like, wow, look how far I've come. It's like I just did not get started at all, really. But now stuff is happening and I feel good about it. Yippee! Alright, we got more straps to do. Also, the Vanguard looked pretty neat. I think every time I looked at a Vanguard price tag, though, I'm like, oh. Forever on the cycle. I'm still not done with my fucking Tyranid models. I think I got some paints that would make that a little quicker now, but I feel like every time I paint those, people are like, they're so easy, and I'm like, I feel like I'm layering yellows forever. Yeah, no, that is like, because the thing is, like, a lot of Games Workshop prices are dumb in terms of pure plastic, but like, I can kind of justify is the wrong word. Whereas it's like I am broken by Games Workshop, but I understand how their pricing scheme works. But even stuff like the Vanguard, I'm like, G-dubs, please. G-dubs, please. Come on. Listen. Well, we've all decided to buy your extremely expensive bullshit. That's fine. Don't insult us like this, though. Come on. Yeah, there was a while in second edition where like Archeon and like 6 or 9 for Vanguard was like a legitimately good meta army. Yeah. That's the one. Yeah. I don't know if it's still good, but there was a while you could do that. And I don't know if it would be like economical. Because like each Vanguard box is like 110. And then Archeon, I think, is like sub maybe like 150, 200 by himself. How you doing, Amy? How you doing? Welcome. Oh, they definitely hit hard and they go it goes fast. I'm glad they're still like I said, I kept the most track of the meta back then, and it feels good when something that was good then is still like relatively good now. Like okay, good. Happy Easter. Happy Easter. Oh yeah, I didn't put the so because I did not realize that Easter was coming up, I do have like one piece of bunny suit Howl that Joru drew a while back. I could put that on screen for fun. Hold on. Let's see. I still got that oh, here we go. Hey, Joru drew this a while ago. Nice. There we go. That'll be that. This will be my concession to Easter. I'll just put me like right on top of the Squirt guy. So that ways, if you look at me and you're like, "Oh, Easter or how?" and then you see Squirt, this is gonna be a fucking roller coaster of emotions. Yeah, now it's a good Easter. Exactly. And just wait till tomorrow, you fucks. I need to do more just like dumb like little glare stares with mimic form. I love just being able to go like 15 attacks and 2 damage. Ooh, that does sound like it. That still does sound like it hits like a bunch of stuff. What's tomorrow? I'm testing the limits of my mimic transformation ability. I don't know what shape I will turn into, but I'm gonna let loose the inhibitors. And see what comes out of my myriad form. So strap the fuck in for that. Strap the fuck in for that and see how that goes. So just getting into the recesses of the little leather bits. There we go. It's the best Ahegao. It's not a fucking Ahegao. Jesus Christ, you fucking dorkos. Let's see. Get a little bit on that. Yeah, it's an it's more of like an advanced blep if you think about it. I love using the nerd voice for that because that doesn't really make sense to nerd voice for, but nerd voice is fun. I do like nerd voicing. Quite a bit. Becker barbecue. I mean, back. No. I never go. I go weird uncle. I never go racist uncle. I do like getting drunk for Thanksgiving and looking at conspiracy theory bullshit. Next week should be fun. Between that, also, I initially said that I was going to do a Saturday fanfiction stream last week, not realizing that there was a collab that was being formed. It was like as soon as I said that, I got off stream. Like, oh yeah, well, let's pick Saturday for a date for the Pokemon Master Quest thing, which is a lot of fun. I won the fuck out of it with my Blastoise, but this upcoming Saturday will be the fanfiction and just like general reading stream. It's less like fanfiction will be featured, but the general idea would just be like weird shit to read, more or less. That'll be more of a coherent mindset than just weird fanfiction. So you paint a flamethrower scorched. I've done that before. What you can do, it's like sepia wash, blue wash, and a purple wash. And I think it's purple, blue, sepia. I've done it before. If you look up like muzzle burn, there are like pretty decent tutorials on how to do that. I think Duncan even had like one way back in the day. You don't have a third strap? No, he's just got like, that's so weird that there's just like not a strap in this section. But yeah, that was how I was taught to do it, and I've done it that way a couple of times. The thing is, I think whenever I do it for my Death Guard, usually they kind of gets overshadowed by like, Death Guard things. It's like, oh cool, he's got muzzle burn, but he's also covered in goop. Hideous levels of goop and rust and sadness, which is what I like about painting Death Guard. And that I would never stop doing that. But I think it does mean that like, oh, I did a little bit of a muzzle flash on his gun. And then it's like, yeah, but He's also a goop maniac, so you'll never notice. There we go. Remember to the day of and then forget. Yeah, no, I like I said, I did that with Easter today. Like there's VTubers that are like, yes, I specifically commissioned bunny artwork of myself last December, so I would have it in time. I'm like, damn. You are all very forward thinking on that level of art. City of Sigmar, an easier faction. I don't know. I will admit that I don't have a huge amount of knowledge of cities of Sigmar when it comes to stuff. I know they have like pretty decent shooting last I checked. I think at the end of the day, though, you should probably still go for an army you think you really, really like. Yeah, I gotta get Halloween art. The thing is, so like the way my spending is going to be put together is this upcoming week I have the appointment with the car repair guy, and I'm going to see how much that is going to explode my financial bones. And then from there I'm going to figure out like getting Halloween art or like some stream upgrades. I do want to get a what's it called? I still kind of like an idea of getting a 3D model, and I have a couple of people I want to ask for that. I hope it's not $5,000 because I don't got that kind of money. I believe it should be around 900, which is going to suck major eggs. But I gotta do that because I need to do that. And then beyond that, like the thing is the I have like two people who I think would do good 3D How. One of them recently just did the model for Merryweather though, so I imagine Mao's services are going to get very expensive very soon, and they should. She did and her like Mofu team did a fantastic job on that model. I don't know if I quite got that like high tier budget just yet. So we'll see. I'll do some shopping around. It came out. It gets about end time. What do you mean Age of Sigmar is about to get end times? I don't. What? No, that's not happening. That is not happening. Get off Fiverr. Fiverr's not bad for some stuff. I like a 3D form. Yeah, the index format's going to blow. That's true. That's true. The dim sayers. Oh yeah. All those people who are like, oh yeah, total. There's some people out there who are legitimately like console wars delusional. Like, okay, Total Warhammer is going to absorb all the money and they're going to retire Age of Sigmar. And it's like, no, that's either cope or like you just want Age of Sigmar to get end times because you're upset that Warhammer Fantasy got end times. And these are also the same fucks who are like, I will never buy a Games Workshop model again. I'm like, then you were responsible. Like if you were not buying models back in the day, there's a reason why Games Workshop fucking torpedoed the setting. Because a lot of people were just using fucking like Perry models and shit like that. Oh yeah. Cathay will come out any day. I totally believe that. Any day now. I find that kind of back and forth funny though, because it is Games Workshop at the end of the day. Like Games Workshop, the funny thing, they just want you to buy into both. They want you to be like, okay, I have like a Tomb King's army and then like an Age of Sigmar army, and then you'll get perpetually cycle releases, stuff like that. Hello, son. How you doing? Welcome. Oh yeah, but in terms of new model, no, I'm not getting a new Live 2D anytime soon. No, my Live 2D is perfect. I'm a big fan of it. I would like a 3D model because that does open up a couple of new types of streaming stuff. I'm doing good. I'm painting rats, and painting rats is always a grand old time. But it's also not like a huge thing that I need. I don't need that. They suck in all of them. Yeah, that is kind of like the eternal rumor of like, oh, they make Chaos Demons suck because you could use them in so many games. Which you legitimately can. You could use Chaos Demons in Warhammer Fantasy / the Old World. Technically, you could run them in Horus Heresy, but they're demons in a ruin storm, and they got different properties. But there's an implication that you could totally use your demons in that game. There's 40k and then Age of Sigmar, but the demons are a little bit weird. And that, like, yeah, in Age of Sigmar, they split up the demons into the codexes of the various gods, which I think is smart. I would kind of love it if instead of if you got Codex Death Guard, you got Codex Nurgle, and it just had all the demons mixed in with the Death Guard. Because otherwise, a lot of them kind of suck because they have to make demons in 40k balanced because they assume you're going to soup them into other chaos armies. Oh, how the fuck? Oh god, I pick that up real quick. Hold on. I suck that up a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Okay. This is fine. Also, hello, Jack Skellington. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing? I'm fucking up painting, apparently. I talk too hard. You can tell I talk too hard because I just about went like that. Like, you know, the thing that's good to do. How did I just miss that side entirely? I'm a decent painter, I swear. Strangely, it's for it's Codex Demons is just like a weird thing. Like, there's a lot of Games Workshop designs that are done because of habit and not because they're good. And I think that is legitimately one of those where like having demons as a whole codex makes sense in lore, but I think it's also just kind of like bad from a gameplay perspective. And you can kind of see in like Age of Sigmar, a lot of the demons, because they get siphoned off into their god appropriate armies, are more useful, which is nice. In 9th and no one played it. Yeah, well, from what I said though, the strong demons in 9th edition were just like run every greater demon and also maybe Nurglings. That's what. Whenever I look at those lists, it's like you run Be'lakor, you run a Bloodthirster, you run a Keeper of Secrets, and maybe some Nurglings, and then that's it. Yeah, I think a multi-god demon horde should be like a bonus thing, kind of like how like Be'lakor's army is, where it's like the rules are more attached to Be'lakor himself and not a whole codex that you have to balance around. Like, I think you should be able to do that, but I think it should be a rare exception and not just like baked into the 40k demon codex. Yeah, clearly the demons were behind me, totally missing a tube and painting in the wrong fucking section. Jesus Christ. How did I do it quite like that? Oh yeah, that's true. The Deep Striker was also nice. But I did see Tourney list though. It did based on what I saw was a lot of just like, yeah, Greater Demon though, but they have banging saves. But it's also cool because so, like Age of Sigmar also, like I said, like the Magakin Codex is demons and humans. And you get cool stuff like, instead of just having like a generic demon ability, plague bearers can spread disease. That's fun. That's a thing that's really cool to do. It's cool when plague bearers can spread plague in a game where they are about plague. Wild, huh? Isn't that a bananas thing you can think of? Wild, absolutely wild. Back of this. I thought just some touch-up stuff with these guys, but like, oh, those are also. Yeah, I could also see Price, but Price is also a lot too. When they're like, "Why does no one play this army?" Well, it's because you have to mortgage your house. I've been very thankful that I could pick up a lot of my armies on the cheap. Now, I assume that if I roll up into the shop with my Chaos Knights, they're not going to do great because I will run a Knight Abominate, even though it's like. It's because like the Chaos Knight ideal army was always run a bunch of War Dogs because like, hey, they do a lot of damage and they're cheaper and you can contest multiple points. So if like one of them explodes, you still have the other one at full strength. The tank shock gets a meme. I gotcha. Tank shock. I don't remember what tank shock is. Oh, sticker shock. Oh yeah. That's also true. Yeah, I know sticker shock. More expensive than a Keeper of Secrets, so of course you just ran 4 Keeper of Secrets. Oh god. Oh yeah. Okay, so that's just Games Workshop fucking a balance. Yeah, pretty standard operating procedure. Like I'm also noticing like little bits where the leather did not get. I'm also doing some of the leather kind of thin, so I think it's like this is gonna need a secondary coat for sure. That'll be fine. It'll be fine when it does. Because I think I eventually want to build up a like more of a tan for this. So I'm just gonna use this and then maybe dry brush on a lighter tan color to make that kind of light and whatnot. Yeah, no, the amount of models is why I will never get into guard. Guard is just not a thing that I think I have the spirit to deal with. The mental fortitude to paint guard will not happen. I need a thin brush real quick. Yeah, good old space marines forever. We aren't allowed. We aren't allowed tans. Why not? All right, let me get a little bit more green on here. It is kind of funny when you see like older codex stuff and it's like, what's this tank company? It's like 10 dudes. It's like 10, it's like, well, maybe Vanguard was more, but like you could, like, if you look at the older editions, a Chaos Warband was like 30 Marines and maybe some tanks. And I'm like, oh, that's really cozy. Oh, that's really, really cozy. That's very, very nice. Trader Guard 4 tanks. Ooh. Ooh, that sounds like a fun army IRL. I've been pretty open that the new Chaos Space Marine boxes that come with like the cultist and the dudes are really tempting, but I have to be strong. I got so many other projects I need to work on. I have so many other models I need to work on. I can't be like Chaos Space Marine army. Your numbers dropped. I'll take your word for that. I do not know much about that. How you doing, Flaming? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm working on rats. I'm working on rats, and I'm getting... Oh, God, the fucking tube crevices are aggravating. Once again, this model should have absolutely been sub-assembling. But this was assembled by Hal circa 2019, and Hal circa 2019 did not have that technology available to him. By technology, I just mean more like technique. But like, let's come in together. Synergo Veterans was cozy. Then a first squad game. My opponent put down a Baneblade and could. Oh. Was that one of the additions where like doing that was like really strong? Because I know early Warhammer was not balanced, but the platonic ideal of early Warhammer is really sweet. Where it's just like, these are my guys. They all have names, and I modeled them individually myself, and they got really big banners that I drew. And I was able to do this in a reasonable amount of time. And then it's like, you hear stories from older editions. It's like, yeah, we were all doing fine. And then someone dropped down a big fucking model and we couldn't do shit about it. And we just died over and over and over again. It's just kind of that funny kind of like rose tinted glasses kind of bit of the era. Old fact. Yeah, they did. My poor Skaven never could make it. I know they got a legacy army book, but I'm not gonna work on them for that. Oh, I'm down for a story time. I'm down for a story time. Then the old world dropped, and now I'm back with my Rat Boys. Hell yeah. I'm glad you're enjoying the Rat Boys in the old world. I might get some base adapters because there's like just like little movement tray adapters for my Skaven, but it's not a huge desire to get into old world with them. But technically that would if I could get like, I don't know, 3D printing with my FDM printer has opened up a lot of base conversion tech that I think would actually make me running Skaven a lot less of a daunting prospect than I was thinking initially. Oh yeah, because they did used to have a lot of build your own vehicles back then. Oh, I bet someone would just roll up with like a big like custom Baneblade that has all the best features and then just absolutely shit on your dreams. As much as I like the Chaos Space Marine 3.5 Codex, I have to imagine that happened a lot where somebody's like, yeah, no, I'm just gonna run the most aggravating Iron Warriors list you've ever seen. It's just gonna be nothing but pain and sorrow. Stuck in 5th until 9th. That seems to happen. Like the amount of models that are bad kind of come and go in shifts. Oh, I need to get the little leg strap. Okay, I totally missed a leg strap on this boy. I also at some point I need to paint the back rats. I need to paint the back rats, but it's like I already got the green out. So I might as well stick with it. That's too many variants of Lemon Russ. The thing is, like, I don't know if that's just like because if they wanted to mix up the gameplay, or sell kits, or because military nerds like having tank variants. I have to assume it was some spicy combo of all three. They're like, yeah. Just get like just get a bunch of various tanks. You tank enjoyer, you. You're gonna get so many fucking tanks. So apocalypse game. Oh god. All right. So like once it does that, I'll load the +1 damage to all. Yeah. That's all. Yeah, that'd be true. It'll line them up. Power melt the bombs with Bet and sprinted through. Oh. Oh wait, did it cause like a fucking like chain reaction explosion? Because like I imagine, because like I know melta bombs are with like back when vehicles didn't have a huge amount of wounds, but they could shut out a lot of damage. I just like the one lone space wolf guy. Oh, so by putting them all together, he basically just meant that like if you could rush him when then melta bomb won, he just no longer has an army. I still very much like that. Also, that one Tau player that stopped like a fucking like deep striking army in like one of the older editions, and he just looks so smug when he's got all of his crew on the enemy's deployment zone. I love that shit. How you doing, Theo? How you doing? Welcome. I'm Halbernath the Mimic Elf, miniature painting VTuber of the Nurgle and Skaven variety, and today I'm painting rat. God, I got so much rat. I got angles to this rat too. God, these are nice models. They are very complex. Jesus Christ. Too many new units. Oh yeah, I mean it's because the Imperium sells. It's the saddest thing, but it's true. It's that Space Marines are where the money is, and because Space Marines are where the money is, Games Workshop, like effectively, I've come to terms that Space Marines will fund the game forever. And like I'm a Chaos player. Chaos gets thrown a bone quite a bit. So like it's not like I'm hurting. Like there are some people that are complaining that like Chaos Space Marines were getting like one new model and the Adepticon reveals. I'm like, they're good. It's a bitchin' model, and B, a lot of armies need a lot more. We're fine. You don't need more than that. We're good. Obnoxious toll. How about, was it like the dual hammerhead always kind of obnoxious? Maybe that was one of those things that was like internet cheesy, but like didn't get translated to real life very often. I don't know. God, I gotta find places to grab this motherfucker. It's just becoming actively hostile for me to hold this model. Maybe I just need to switch back and forth a bit more to the other one. There were Chads, but you lost if they survive. Oh, okay, so you wanted them to die anyway. That's interesting that, like, yeah, if this model lives, you'll lose points. He needs to die horribly. That's a very neat, flavorful mechanic. I enjoyed the thematics behind that mechanic very much. What an absolute legend. That's the kind of stuff too when I think when people talk about like older editions in Soul, it's these like little micro specific events that like on one hand could be annoying in context, but later you could be like, that was a cool thing. That was more like sometimes some jank rules kind of leads that. How you doing, Elman? Welcome. What do you like about your friends group? Is it like an actual like, or is it like a ironic like sort of dealio? Ah, I got you. It's an actual like. Well, yeah, let's go. Kick my ass, you say. Ah. But do they have claws as big as mine? I mean, that would be kind of a neat thing to bring back. But yeah, I could. That's a shame it got dropped, but I'm not too surprised, I guess. I didn't get the other sides of these. I need to keep track. The ones with silver bases. Oh, Mika, how you doing? Welcome. I'm painting rats today, for reals. Not clickbait. 100% true and honest. It's like a little bit more. I gotta say this, these Turbo Dork bottles are very nice. They don't seem to clog, and the pressure the release control is really good. I was like, why are you making these weird ass bottles? Why are you making these weird ass bottles? But like, no, I like them. I like them a lot, actually. That's my first time using Turbo Dork paints that aren't like the color shift stuff. And the colors just made me sad because you basically would have to apply them with an airbrush. I got an airbrush now, but at the time when I bought them, I think I got like one. And even now, even with the airbrush, I don't have a strong desire to bust that one out. I was like, oh, crying. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing? How you doing? In fact, single con because he didn't have. Oh, ooh, that sounds spicy. That sounds like spicy stuff. Also, what about what kit bash question you got? What kit bash question do you have? Get a little bit in there. I'm gonna have to touch up like a lot of stuff. Play a turbo dork shifter mono with an airbrush. I think the color shift one did not work. This is like this one's going straight out of the pot pretty nice though. I do love my LGS because they will occasionally get like weirder paint lines and stuff like that, and like God bless them for that. How do I want to do this? They got like these like Skaven crest. I think this one, what I might do is just paint the. Well, I still got a little bit on this. Oh, so you're just hyper thinning it. That would make sense. No more for them. Oh yeah, that's unfortunate. The consequences of the chapter house nonsense has been feeling the ripples to this day, unfortunately. I need a little bit thicker on this. This is going very, very thin. Yeah, I need to put a little bit more on the palette. Yeah, I would like to, I mean, I still need to, like, I keep mentioning, I still need to play A. I feel like I need to play A edition of Warhammer 40k at least once. At least once. The death mask card and everything they add droplets on. You could, I mean, the thing about droplets is you could just file them off. Like, at least in my experience, like, the droplets are just like a little bump. Like, just get like a good little shavy thing right now. I mean, I don't care if it's good or bad. I just want to play a game of it. Like, I got the book for it. I just want to, I just need to pick a weekend, roll up to my fucking LGS and be like, hey, I would like to play Warhams today and just get that done. So I could be like, I did it. I did the thing I wanted to do. I mean, you could steal a Stormcast element. Legitimately, a lot of Age of Sigmar bits, Stormcast, or whatever, work great for 40k. Like, Age of Sigmar's got good models. Some of them are not quite to my taste. Like my own Stormcast, I replaced the helmet, but overall, the range has got some good shit in it. Yeah, I do. I guess the thing is, I could do tabletop sim stuff. I do have a little setup made for scanning my models and trying to so I could upload them to tabletop sim. That's just another one of my infinite projects I have not significantly advanced on in a bit. Votan getting. Oh yeah. The Votan. Oh god, I guess I'll just have to just strap in if a Votan guy shows up for my Chaos Knights. Chaos Knights are the only real army I have that's like functional. Like I got Death Guard. I got Death Guard. Oh yeah, no, I know they have pre-existing models in there. I know I could play with other people's models. I do get that. I want to do my own. I want to do my own because I spend a lot of time painting them, but I get a very rare chance to play them, aka never. So like my thought process is if I scan my own and put them in there, that would be neat, especially for something like Turnip, where like the uniqueness of my models is the selling point of Turnip 28. So I need to do that a bit more with like not Scaniverse. I have like some Apple like iPhone app that is pretty nice for that thing. And yeah, now AdMech just kind of doing stuff, I guess. I'm gonna repaint this cloak later so I can just kind of go in with this. I do like the coverage of this. Once again, this Turbo Dork, it's not quite the Warplock Bronze, but it's close enough, and it behaves way better than Warplock Bronze ever did. Really good. Hello, Bad Apple. How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I don't know what the Knight Arcanum's head looks off the top of my head. Oh, that one. Oh, yeah, the funky flat mask. I replaced that on mine, but because I was just doing a theme. If you like, legitimately, if you like the way it looks, also a thing you could do, Photoshop kit bash. Like, if you're not super sure on a kit bash idea, just like Photoshop out the head and put it on the body. Like sure, maybe the scale, you're gonna have to be a little careful with that, but general idea. Oh yeah, Admech and both Death Guard were like, "Hey, you're like a pretty elite army. You should be a Horde army now." Though I think Death Guard survived the transition to Horde army a bit better because Plague Marines are fun. Everybody like Plague Marines. Get onto this. Get a little bit on there. I still have a couple of Skitari I need to paint. Way back when I was gifted an Admech box, and I did like a Chaos Kit Bash for them. I'm not as jazzed about the way they turned out. Generally when I look back to some of my older projects, I'm like, oh, these are like relatively fine. I'm not super stoked with how those boys came out, especially because that was my first time using like weathering pigments, and I did not seal them properly. So anytime I like move those guys around, I get like orange dust everywhere. I'm like, motherfucker, my house is covered in orange dust, and I live in pain. See, I'm gonna go back to that red later anyway. Go ahead and get a little bit of bronze on top of that. There's still a lot of like, if you're like, I need to get secondary layers on like the skin and a bunch of other shit. But like a lot of what I'm doing right now is like fine enough. There we go. There we go. It lives under my bed. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Maybe it'll be unfucked. I have to imagine there's a lot of people that just keep like an army around, and it's like finally they're back in season and they dust them off. I did. So my Nurgle models have collected dust unironically. But now that I have those like magnetized movable bins for them, I ordered some compressed air, so I cannot wait to go to all my Nurgle models and just be like, just absolutely blast them. Because like I like my Nurgle models a lot. And I occasionally bring them out to take pictures of them, and when I bring them, they're like, "Oh, I can see dust. I can see dust on the mini that I painted. This shit sucks." An eighth, and we're done. Oh god, that was a long time ago at this point. That do be tragic. Get a little bit of your metal. And this guy, I can get the leather strap and then the other nonsense. I was actually thinking, like, initially I was like, I don't know how much progress I'm going to make in, like, 2.5 hours. I'm doing pretty good. A lot of the accent colors were what I've been working on today, and I think getting those in have definitely kind of, like, brightened some shit up. Eighth was to peak. Oh, that's kind of the thing, like, I think every army has the, like, the one edition that are their glory days, and then, like, unless you're Eldar, which is apparently any edition, apparently that must be like nice for Eldar players. You just buy your army and you're like, this will probably be good. This will probably be good in the next edition, no matter what, really. And too many hidden. Oh yeah, the sad thing is, I know 10th edition is in a weird kind of not great spot. A lot of the design goals made a lot of sense, whereas like, yeah, 9th edition's bloated. You got every army's got 50 stratagems. That's awkward to remember. These could use universal special rules. I'm like, okay, that makes sense to me. And they kept going. It's like, oh, they went too far. The design goal was noble, but Games Workshop. I do almost, part of me does kind of wonder, like, I wonder if it would just be cheaper to hire another company to do the rules for Warhammer. Like that happens to a couple of things where it's like you work on something and you hire out another company to do the rules. Like there's the guy that did some of the Skaven codices and a bunch of other like Mordheim and some other stuff. And the Lord of the Rings game too. He's just like part of a company that he made now, and some companies will just hire him for rules. Yeah, empowered by pain rerolls to hits. I don't recall those off the top of my head. Those sound nice though. get a little bit into. Oh, I didn't get like right here. There we go. Yes, I mean stratagems is an idea. Don't bother me too much, but yeah, no, they are. There's just a lot of them, or there were a lot of them. I don't know how many stratagems there are now. All my armies are currently still in index format, so Oh yeah, because they had like the Wraith Knights that would do a bunch of like, because they also had tall boys that did a bunch of broken bullshit. Man. Oh yeah. Incubate Darkness. I need to grab that real quick. But yeah, there are definitely too many stratagems. Do agree on that. For my brush that I consider like my general workhorse favorite brush, I lose it all the time. There we go. It's because I legitimately have a jar. Like no joke. This jar is just like a billion brushes. That's the jar where I put all of my. Oh yeah, no, I do have yeah this. Oh yeah, the Cheeto brush. Yeah, it's my Cheeto dry brush makeup brush. Ooh, it's for my pretty models that I want to dry brush with Cheeto power. There we go. Who's in a hate spam? Oh, that's not what. Oh, do you mean like the fucked up one? The fucked up one I still have around, but it is useless as a brush. It's just absolutely just does not function as a brush. Its existence is sad, and I should just retire it so I could reclaim the fake human teeth from it. Because my collection of fake human teeth are running low, and I might need those for something else. If people do not know, I have a non-zero amount of fake human teeth in my house because they're good for bases and shit. This is not a joke. I can pull that out real quick though. Hold on. Let's get like right up to the edge of this because I'm gonna go back in with a thinner brush and like style it a bit more. Getting that second layer so it actually looks like I painted it instead of just applied funky colored water to my mini. As I mean, I like me some funky colored water. Don't get me wrong, but I like it when a mini looks painted. Here, let me grab that. Let me grab that Cheeto brush real quick. Let me grab that one. It is this one. Yeah, it never recovered once the bristles fell out and scattered. It never recovered. So I think unfortunately I'm gonna put it to rest. You did good. Oh, that's just like actually lodged. Okay, there we go. It's popped out. Everybody 07 for the Cheeto dry brush. Actually, hold on. Can I? This part's shit. This part's going away. I've recovered a tooth. This could still maybe have a use. I'll save this for later. We'll bin that. We'll bin that for the future. But yeah, it will now no longer functionally work as a brush. So give me a quick sec. I need to take a very short idle break. Let me do that. Also, I'm gonna do the dumb thing where I run an ad just so it makes people come in and don't have to deal with pre-roll ads. So sorry in advance for this. This should be short. Go piss, Squig. All right, I appreciate that I was given the opportunity to piss. All right, I'm back. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I have returned. Is me. Hi. So I keep forgetting I've been leaving the yapper howl in the corner. I'm okay with that. How you doing, Boner? How you doing? Ah, big stretch. Ah, hello, Kuroji. How you doing? How you doing? Hello, Hookup. Pissing by yourself, handsome. Hmm. Okay, I'll craft a good battle focus, easy access, just seems to hate Dark Eldar. I think it's because, unfortunately, the Dark Eldar are kind of reaching that spot like Chaos Dwarves, where it's like they were a big army, but now they've become like, they're such a small part of the universe, the Games Workshop's like, it's fine. It's fine. No, I mean, I can see why you would want to be ranty. If they're an army you care for, and Games Workshop is like, haha, nah. And then you're kind of fucked unless you go like look for like a minis agnostic rule set or something like that. Which for a lot of people it's hard to do. I like, as much as I like minis agnostic rule sets or like one page rules. Some people just don't jam with them. The Imperial player defends board edge opponent tries to get off it and he just went little Dark Elder Jets. Oh yeah. Oh, so at that point when I was just like the one mission that was like, oh, this is made for Dark Eldar. Finally, Ghost Fast is viable. I do think Dark Eldar would be neat. I still kind of would like one, especially if I could do all like the horrible like body horror flesh covens kind of shit. Not a huge desire, mind you, because projects for days. Yeah, like a little bit where it's like I don't even think the primer hit it. I'm trying to figure out if that's waistcoat. Like is that part of this or is that flesh? Hold on. No, I think that's just part of the body. I think that's just part of the body. I'm gonna have to eventually just kind of like work my way in there. Edge. Oh, the fucking edges. That's fine. I'm gonna go back. Like I'm still trying to be like relatively neat, but there's like a little bit for like some of the connector skin points. I'm gonna have to go back and hit up. Also, probably need to paint a little bit. These guys off stream. I've been doing pretty good about off stream hobbying, but still, at the end of the day, a lot of my off stream hobbying is the building bits, which I guess I could do. Once again, I could do building streams as well, but eh. Oh, you like the Raiders? Ah, gotcha. I mean, yeah, the Raiders are kind of like the iconic part. To be fair, I can get you on that. Let's get this bad boy as well. How? Keep forgetting your leg. Okay, there's still some straps on this boy. I gotta hit up. I need to remember. I need to remember that he needs strap. There we go. Local rat needs the strap. Oh, I hate it. I shouldn't have phrased it like that. I know what you fucks are like, and I should not have thought about that. I should not have put those words together. There we go. I think a lot more. I'm still a pretty reckless painter, where a lot of times I'll just like kind of roughly hit something up, and I can feel myself slipping back into that tonight. I still think like overall, I've definitely like been letting better habits kind of take root, which has been nice. I'm not gonna lie. I should kind of do better mini painting habits all the time. I mean, the thing is, a lot of my mini painting is fix it later painting, and that's why I don't finish a lot of shit. So I've been trying to like go back and not do that as much. Oh yeah, that's just, so they can only be raiders. That makes sense. Or for your particular army in particular. I just said the same word twice. How you doing, Dismayer? Hey, the Dismayer. How you doing? Oh. God damn it. Oh no, I just snapped into my mic. Oh god, my fingies. The fuck? That's legit. Hold on. Fucker. Is it because I washed my hands? Is this washing my hands remove the snap ability? Nice. There we go. I had to use a different finger for some reason. Whatever. I tried. You know I tried deep down. How you doing, the Despair? Rest of the stream is Hal just feebly snapping for 10 hours. Well, everyone stares in horror, but they can't look away as Elf keeps snapping fingers. How you doing? How you doing? I'm continuing to paint some rats, and it's going pretty good. Oh, he's also got like a little, he's got like a little mask strap too. Okay. I don't know what color fur I want to do for these two. I'll use a different figure to get a positive result. I did. I totally did that. That's the thing I did. I will say, while I have different plans for tomorrow, I did legitimately consider the idea of doing a stream where I finger paint a mini. I'm legitimately curious, like how good I could finger paint a mini, but I might save that for a different day, maybe. I'd also need to figure out what mini I would want to do that for. So my actual job at the guild, I can't get super detailed, but I'm kind of like very quiet and out of the way. I don't talk a lot. I guess I do kind of act as like a kind of impromptu listening to complaints from my direct guild boss on top, like who's like, there's a lot of chain of command going on where I work. I definitely get a lot of people who rely on me as like a nice, not saying that you're venting necessarily, but I do at work, I do sort of help some people vent, because like a lot of their complaints are legitimate. It's like they're working with people that do not understand very basic things about what they should, the things they should know how to do. Because the guild works through a lot of agents because they like to keep track of stuff in the human world. As weird out of touch elves, they still need to figure out what's going on. So like, I'll send people out there supposed to be good at doing things and they're not good at doing things, and it causes tension. And then I hear that stuff and they're like, "Can you believe this, Hal?" I'm like, "Uh-huh. That's some bullshit." And it usually is, to be fair. It usually is some bullshit. I look at my hours to sit for my state exam. Oh god. That sounds aggravating. Best of luck on that exam in advance, if I do not get to wish you good luck for it prior to you actually taking it. I am so glad that I don't have to take any exams in recent-ish memory. I've not had to do a lot of exam-related things in quite some time. It feels great. Oh god, I'm lucky that like I said, like the guild likes to keep track of human affairs, but they're also woefully out of touch. Nobody there knows what a Vtuber is, and even if they did, it would be like, "Hey, look at this Vtuber," and it's just like Iron Mouse or something, and I'm okay with that. Oh, you have to specific. Oh, wait, you were saying, oh. You specifically have to like drive. Oh, that sounds aggravating. Oh, that sounds even worse then. If it was like one thing, if it was just like nearby. If you have to go on a trek for an exam, that sounds miserable. Well, also, best of luck on your journey then. It's got like, ooh. I assume these are straps. I have no idea. Even if I did sub-assemblies, how the fuck do I reach these two? I guess I just lightly color them. And then when I put the streaking grime, spoilers, I'm going to be using streaking grime on these, because I would like to get these done at a reasonable amount of time. I guess it'll just kind of go into the recesses. The Scarfield Shepherd, I do too. I mean, if you make Scarfield Shepherd, I do have my VOD channel, which has, let's see. It has everything up to, Mass Effect 2's ending. I have most of Mass Effect 3 uploaded. However, I need to reconstitute the last episode. The last stream, I had some terrible internet issues during the very final, the very final part of Mass Effect 3. I had terrible internet issues. So it split it up to like 8, like technically like 3 smaller streams that I need to like take into like Premiere and weld together. And then once those are done, I can start putting. Also, apparently the what's it called? Apparently the one I did of the Coffin of Andy and Lele has been getting decent numbers, which is surprising. To be fair, that game has a very fun fan base. God bless them. God bless people who are into Andy and Lele. They like to wild out in a way that I think is neat. Good job, all of you. rather make my own story. I'll say same. I've been in circles of people who were like really into fan fiction for many years, but it never really like I can appreciate the ironic enjoyment of bad fan fiction, but for me, I'm such a stickler for canon that like I never got into like this fan fiction was written and people generally think it's fine to good. Oh, Layla herself is terrible. There's so many better kissable girls in there, aka their mother. Dear God, their mother is just like mwah. Terrible lady for raising horrible children. But I understand why I don't want to call him Mr. Coffin as their father was like, I get it. No, there was like some weird shit with like teen pregnancy and stuff like that. The mom is very hot. The mom is incredibly hot. Well, I mean, the thing is like it's I don't even think it's like people are going like fuck yeah incest for that game. The incest is part of it, but it's kind of more like I think incest is probably like a it's like a safe forbidden romance, if that makes any sense. Where it's like you can get like a little bit of a forbidden romance drama, but like it's still like pretty safe at the end of things. And also like because it is written like it was written by a woman, from what I understand. A lot of the ways you can see she wrote it is very appealing to a lot of like to like the certain kind of like it's not just like oh we're brother with sister, oh no I'm gonna put it inside you Lele, oh bro I can't believe you put it inside me. Like there's a lot of interesting tension behind it, so you kind of build off of that where it's like it's well written in a way that kind of encourages the drama and kind of makes the spicy stuff spicier. Yeah. Yeah, no dryers to get stuck in. Exactly. Big Andy, big bro, I'm stuck under my car. I don't. From what I understand, unfortunately, the author is like, hey, I'm running this game through a third party company now, and I'm going to hit them updates. And like from what I said, like it's like something like Nerial or whatever. I cannot remember her name. She didn't have a big internet presence before. Like she mostly had a what's it called? What's it called? I what's it called? She had like her little itch.io page of like really fucked up little stories and stuff like that. She's like, that's just what I like to do for fun. And I cannot imagine the implication was that like, oh, this weird little game story of mine will be my big hit. It was definitely, from what I could tell, the one that's the most work put into it, but I think that's more like a natural evolution of working on a thing for a while. No, I still personally believe there's little like this is my theory on why I believe that the author is a lady. The belt loops. There's a couple of times when Andy is being cheeky and they're kind of flirting. He specifically sticks his finger through the belt loops of Lele's pants. And that sounds odd. But every bit of like my brain is like that is definitely a detail written by a female author. Like it's weird. I can't really objective. And like if it was like yeah no sorry I was a guy the whole time who's writing this, that would be fine and I would be like oh okay. But I feel like that detail, at least in my brain, cements it that the author was a woman. Not that it really matters. Unfortunately, people on the internet are horrible people and got way into her personal shit and drove her off the internet. And she barely had internet presence, which was bad. God, I hate. Once again, there's people who are not internet people that are just like weird cretins that do not appreciate just the internet being a safe space for weirdos to make their weirdo art. And I hate that. And I hate that. I hate that now the internet is filled with these like they don't make art. They don't make interesting things. They just exist to make the internet worse because their brain cannot comprehend how good it is to see people off the beaten path making neat stuff online. Also, Steve, have yourself a good sleep and take it easy, yo. Have a good rest. It's like oh god, I don't know. It's that's the thing that kind of personally doesn't sense me, is like people being weird trolls online adds nothing to like it adds nothing. It is just people that are just being aggravating, and that making the internet a worse place to be. And they whether they do it for the lulz or the meme or for like a moral crusade or whatever, the end result is that less cool things exist on the internet because of these people. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with space bugs and thigh eyes. Honestly, there's a lot of stuff that I personally am not a big fan of, but I don't want it driven off the internet. I'm down for like Fujoshis and Yume Joshis and other Joshis and other people having their own like weird little hobbies online. And even if I'm like, oh, that is fucking disgusting and weird, as long as it's not like harming an actual person or illegal, with the usual caveat of like, hey, if it's harming an actual person illegal, fuck them, they should go to jail. But like otherwise, just because I hit my mic again. Go nuts, do what you want. Live your best life, Queen. What do I want to do now? Yeah, whatever. The phrase "pull your plunger" is very funny in my brain. It's good. It's a good phrase. I just find it personally very, very, very funny. Let's get into the giblets. Let's actually go back to the other one. Okay, he's got some like skulls because of course he does, because he's got like a Warhammer. He's a Warhammer model. What do I do with you? I could do another coat of brown on the leather. That might actually be a good. That might be a good thing to do. Sip real quick as well. But yes, whenever the what's it called? The final chapter, or at least I don't know if the next one's going to be the final chapter. Whenever the next chapter of Andy and Lele come out, I will definitely stream it again. The thing is, I don't even think they're they're like 40-year-old Karens. I think it's an idea that we would like to think that a lot of these like moral outrage crusaders are angry old like white women on the internet. They're not though. A lot of them are like in their 20s. And a lot of them are like they range quite a bit in terms of like political affiliation and moral values. But it's the same type of person, but like it's not the like I want to speak with your manager, Karen. I'm going to be real. 40-year-old Karens have no idea Andy and Lele exists. There is no way they would ever find out about this game. Like it is such a like totally different sphere of the internet from where they would operate on. Like those people exist, and they're on Twitter, and they're active whenever a politician makes a tweet. They're like, "I can't believe you hate our kids." Like those are where those type of people hang out. The moral panic boomers. They hang out in political spheres and do that kind of thing. No. So how are you doing, Aaron? Welcome. Hold on. Damn it, I cannot snap anymore tonight. Nice. There we go. That's a Hey, there we go. That's a good snap. We're talking about how I'm sad about that the Andy and Lele author got chased off the internet and continued to weep. Went to White Sands. What is White Sands? I don't know White Sands off the top of my head. Oh, there's 2 paths. Okay, so there's probably going to be one for the romance route where they get to where Andy and Lele get together, and I think I'm basically solidly on the bad end path, and I find that one more interesting because you kind of get to see like how much of a monster Lele is, and kind of like the way this is building to like. I'm a big fan of stories where like a lot of compounding mistakes build up into one explosive climax. Oh shit, you went to a national. Oh, that sounds fucking rad. Hell yeah. I have not been to like a nice park in a hot minute. Oh no, I've not kept up with any of the ad alerts. Whoops. It'd be like that. No, it's okay. We can have nice people making cool things succeed. That's why if you follow twitch.tv/ no, I can't in good conscience make a joke like that, even though it's very funny. It's you guys know, listen, when it comes to fruit, the lower they hang, the more I am willing to pick it. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, no, yeah, that's what we're talking about. It's a real fucking bummer. Hal Stoops. The fruit falls directly from the tree, and I'm like, ooh, free fruit. And they're like, you shouldn't eat that. That is like rotting how ripe and like on the ground it's been. I'm like, no, I must consume it. I must consume it. See. See. Okay, yeah, definitely giving these a second coat is like removing it from the fact that I basically made it so thin it almost looked like a wash, but it still looked pretty banging. Still look pretty banging. See, I'm pretty happy with today's progress, honestly. Oh, I could also have done the shoulder pad. Oh, I don't think I have any more on my palette right now, though. Yeah, exactly. Worms are just free protein. Worms are just free protein, and you know what? If it's good enough for birds, hey, if it's good enough for the birds, the dames. It's funny. It's weird referring to people as birds. It's such like a old timey, outdated thing that like I don't even know if it's insulting anymore. It's just strange. So it's like if somebody's just like, "Hey, what are you birds doing over here?" It's just like that's an odd choice of vocabulary. Did you wake up from a coma? I also did a thing where I took my brush and I pulled it off to the side to rinse it, and I missed the rinsing cup entirely, and I just felt it just kind of like jingle jangle in the air. Does it still think it's Scotland? Oh yeah, I had so I didn't do anything for Easter because I forgot today was Easter, but I had a good day. I was building a tank and I worked on some turnip 28 stuff, and I cooked a dinner for today, which was good. Just my usual, oh god, sorry. My usual just like dinner for the week. And yeah. Today was like a cozy but relatively productive day. I have to know it's something in Scotland though. Okay. I'm learning. Yeah, I also know I need to change my GMT. But the thing is, I don't think my app has like it's like BST now is the timeline, I believe. Probably what I'll do is I'll just see what Echo's doing for her timeline because she's also British. So I'll just be like, all right, what's she doing for time zone stuff now? What's she doing for time zone shit? I will just also do the exact same thing. There we go. Also because I'm bad with time zones. Yeah, the second one. Languages advance here. That's kind of fun though. That's kind of fun. I then again, my lingo is so like a train wreck. The thing is though, Echo, from what I understand, has been people assume like you're not the only person that thinks she's like maybe like a Kiwi or Australian. A lot of people are like, so Echo, you're Australian, right? Because like sometimes her accent does hit that like British to Australian threshold. It's a very fine line, but sometimes it hits that. Oh yeah, I should do. There's like the little rope like right here. But yeah, no, she is British. She will tell you if you ask. Meanwhile, I have a very nonchalant, totally normal Burgerlander accent, and that's fine. I do think legitimately if I had a spicy accent, that would be fun for streaming purposes. Barbecue flavored Brits. I'm sure some Australians would agree with that. I could see that for some people would be like, yeah. Yeah, not non-distinct, yes. Where does Hal live? Somewhere in America, where I don't know. I've been pretty open. I live in the South, but even saying the South is like, all right, which one of like a bunch of states is that in? There's a lot of options for that. That's about the level of specificity I want to give on that, though. To be fair, God, how the fuck am I going to paint these back ones? How the fuck am I going to paint these straps that? Okay. Okay, it's a little rough. Fling a dart, probably get close, yeah. Be like, ah! So then the dart just like flies off and goes into like Las Vegas. No, that's not even close. Oh, Hal in the South makes a. I have not gone to a Waffle House in many, many years. Are Waffle Houses only a Southern thing? I thought they were just kind of everywhere. Maybe I've been here for too long, and I just assume that the Waffle House is plentiful. Yeah, I guess also just might be one of those things where it's like, if this isn't a weird angle, no one will see it anyway. That'll be the cope I use for now. I'll just go back later and paint into flesh. I'm going soon. Do you recommend anything waffles? I assume you go to Waffle House for waffles. I don't know. I could. Oh man, the idea of like a big pancake breakfast sounds fucking legitimate though. I'm more of a waffle guy overall though, so actually yeah, waffles do sound good. For me, waffles taste best at a hotel. Hotel waffles are objectively like kind of just like sludge that you make yourself. But I think it's just like the fun of being in a hotel gives them like a little extra like, ooh, I'm traveling flavor. If that does that make any sense? Like you guys kind of know what I mean? For a steak. Yeah, no, you don't go for a steak. I don't know what chain I would say you go for a steak for. Like you could like Outback Steakhouse's steaks were fine. Like I think you could do worse if you get a steak. If you get a steak at a Red Lobster, I am going to find you. You know, how I got a sea fish allergy. I don't care. I am going to find you. Your brain needs to be fixed, and I have to do it in person. I have to do it in person. Oh yeah, get it. I mean, once you like cafe waffle, like getting waffles at like a nice local diner is always going to be best. It's always going to be better that way. Like getting the straps is a good idea. Their jank is all shit because they only got like one layer, and sometimes the skin has not actually been painted on these straps. That's near the straps. That's fine. To be fair, sometimes like as oh god, this is gonna be a deep revelation. As somebody who grew up lower middle class, it was considered a big fancy event to go to a Red Lobster, and sometimes we would go as a family. And if you just don't like shellfish or can't eat or you have a seafood allergy, like you're at the Red Lobster. You didn't have a choice in the matter. That was this we're having ourselves a fancy Red Lobster meal. So the steak is technically there for those people. Mind you, I am a big seafood guy. If it's in the ocean, I want it in my mouth. Like it doesn't matter. Mussels, clams, shellfish of all types, fish, both raw and cooked. I don't care. I will eat all of it. Yeah, Sizzlers. We did have a Sizzler where I was at, but it's a similar concept. Where it's like, or Olive, unironically, the fact that Olive Garden's memed upon is very funny. I'll say you doing right. The fact that Olive Garden, like, as it should be memed. Olive Garden is a very fun restaurant to meme on. My family would go there as like a big thing. Like, oh, we're going shopping today for like school clothes. It's like, we're going into town, which was a big like maybe 30-minute, 45-minute drive to go to like town, like the big town with all the cool stuff. and we would go to the mall, and I would go to the Hot Topic and just wander around in that, and I would get my little Hot Topic shirts for school. And then afterwards, after we got all of our school clothes and whatnot, and maybe we had to get some like books and binders and shit, we would celebrate at the end by going to an Olive Garden or a Red Lobster. And man, that activate like it's like I said, this is like a white trash kind of day out, but I feel a little nostalgic about it. It was objectively a fun time of my life, just going with the family to the Olive Garden. I don't know if I would want to do it again because the time period where that is viable is gone. If I went to I was tempted to go to a Red Lobster recently because I was like, oh shit, they got all you can eat shrimp. Where you get infinite pasta for the year? I guess if you got that, it could technically become like a weird economical choice. I'm also just putting skeleton horde contrast on these skulls. Fuck them. I don't care. I've never had monkfish, but I would totally eat it. I would eat everything. One of my favorite seafood is eels. I love eels. I love eels to pieces. Get a little bit more. I just need to keep this out. I think the problem is like, I don't know. If you like Olive Garden enough where that would be like a viable economic thing to do, more power to you. I cannot imagine doing that. I'm sure there's like something that like, what's it called? Yeah, it's legitimately, yeah. If it's in the ocean, put it in my mouth. I'm a hungry boy. Every time it doesn't help, like all my friends that I know, Vtuber ones especially, cough Echo, cough Joru. Both of them hate seafood and they live in countries where seafood is tasty and plentiful. They both live by the goddamn ocean. And me over here just like I'm angry. I'm angry because I want the good seafood, everybody. And it's not feasible for me to get the good seafood. Squid fucks super hard as well. I like the little shredded squid you can get in the bag at like Japanese convenience stores. I like squid, just calamari, fry that shit. Salt and pepper that shit, put it in my pasta. I've made squid ink pasta before. That shit fucks. Yeah, eel is my favorite. British eel sounds fucked. I don't know. All right. Anyway, enough about seafood. I'm making me hungry. It's time to wrap up for tonight. So, lads, good lad progress. I'm gonna say good lad progress. I feel happy about my progress for the lads. All right. With that, I'm going, because I'm about to set up some Twitch raids and stuff. Bye-bye, everybody on YouTube. Thanks for coming. I'll be doing mini painting again on Wednesday. Bye-bye.